being here. Mike, first off, first time we've had the three-man booth in quite some time up here. Going to be a fun night ahead of some Eagles girls basketball.
Sounds good. Let's just turn the reins over to Garrett. Let him run.
Hey,
he's used to leading.
Yeah, we're training the next crop here to get up here. Garrett, we had a chance to kind of talk earlier today about this matchup, but should be a hard-fought battle between two teams that, really want to get off to a strong start in the second semester. Pella Christian kind of carrying that over from before the break. Van Meter, a team that lost their last game before the break and lost their first game out of the break as well. Really just kind of trying to turn things around.
Yeah, absolutely. Van Meter's going to come with some physicality. They do in every sport they play, so you got to be ready for that. Hopefully the girls got their feet under them and practice this week, and they're ready to go.
Absolutely right. As we look at our McKay Group radio keys to the game, we'll take turns here. Garrett, I'll start with you. What is the first key to tonight's game that you bring to the table here?
For Pella Christian, the first thing I wrote down was they got a defensive rebound the ball. They got to keep this girl named Hindi off the boards to start. She's their leading offensive rebounder with 3.5 a game. So making sure Van Meter's one and done is going to be big for the Eagles tonight.
So which number was that you had there? There you go. I was looking for
her name.
The player there, yep. So as you mentioned there, a really strong player on the defensive glass. I think for myself, the big thing tonight is turnovers. As Garrett kind of mentioned, they're a physical squad. They force a lot of turnovers here, does this Van Meter squad. Avery Banks, the leading scorer for this team, she averages 11 points, but 3.1 steals per game. As a team, Van Meter averaging almost 16 steals per game. They are a team that you have to take care of the basketball against if you're going to win. And obviously taking care of the basketball is going to be key every night, but especially tonight. We've seen that against some of these teams that are good on the defensive end of the floor where the Eagles can have some struggles. Got to be strong with the basketball. Mike, I turn it over to you. Your McKay Group radio key to the game.
Yeah, I think you always got to focus on yourself as well. So, we saw it even just in the college football playoffs. Like, you got teams that have a month layoff, and it takes them a quarter or two to get into their rhythm and get their offense going again, or different pieces of what they're trying to do. So you just don't want to see, with the layoff, you don't want to see this team take a week or two or a month step backwards and start all over again, because other teams aren't. So you just got to be ready to play and do well what you're practicing to try to take care of the ball and lean on your strengths.
Absolutely. That's been our McKay Group radio keys to the game. Auto, home, business, commercial, life, and health insurance covering you in Knoxville and Oskaloosa. Quick look at our game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. It was warm outside today. I actually went and got my car washed. It was wonderful.
Yep, lots of things you could do outside today. So
absolutely right. 43 degrees. And so, it was comfortable outside, but while it is 43 degrees outside, it's even more comfortable here inside the Pella Christian High School gym. If your home isn't staying comfortable during this cold Iowa winter, call on the heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella. You'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
We're going to take our first time out on pregame coverage of Pella Christian girls basketball versus Van Meter. We'll be back after this on the KRLS2 stream and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
Mama and Dad are going to love this. Pingle's Home Store has appliances now. Refrigerators, washers, dryers, everything for our house. And Pingle's still has the best stuff for kitchens, bathrooms, living rooms, and bedrooms, too. New appliances and the same great service. Awesome!
Now at Pingle's Home Store, top brand appliances, refrigerators, washers, dryers, and more. Pingle's Home Store is now your appliance headquarters, too.
As winter sports season shifts into high gear, have Raceway Tire and Exhaust team up with you with a set of Firestone tires. Check out the Firestone Destination lineup tires. Whether you drive a truck or SUV, there's a Firestone Destination tire just right for you. And Raceway Tire and Exhaust is your complete auto care center from bumper to bumper. No matter what your vehicle needs, take it to Raceway Tire and Exhaust in Knoxville.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust.
We got what you need
to get you on the go.
At Element Siding and Windows, we do it right the first time. Hi, I'm Andrew Thomason, owner of Element. We're locally owned and proud to have the same dedicated team on every project, the same faces you'll see from start to finish, No random subcontractors. We don't leave your project until it is complete and you are completely satisfied. Your details and your budget matter to us, and we'll work with you to bring your vision to life. You have a dream, we'll make it happen. Find us on Facebook at Element Siding and Windows.
More than 3,000 homes in Pella are enjoying 1 gig of fast, reliable fiber internet from Pella Fiber. Why not you? It's only $75 a month with no contract, no installation fees, no data caps, and no throttling. And if there's ever an issue with your service, Pella Fiber is a local utility with local employees to get it fixed quickly. Make the switch today and join the more than 3,000 homes in Pella getting a gig for just $75 a month by going to PellaFiber.com.
Rev up your ride with unbeatable deals at PellaMotors.com. We're dealing so you can drive away happy. Don't miss out on our incredible offers on Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. Find your perfect ride at PellaMotors.com.
This segment of Sounds of the Season is brought to you by DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
There's a place in downtown Pella that takes you right into the heart of Amsterdam. A beautiful brick walk featuring a winding canal, a working drawbridge, and Dutch architecture providing a classic old world atmosphere. Welcome to the Molengraat. The Molengraat is home to some of Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel, dining with Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, Beautiful You Salon, Pella Nail Salon, the Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. You can even take in a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck to our local sports teams from the Molengraat in Pella.
The wipers in the car go swish, 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 swish. The wipers in the car go swish, swish, swish. That's Central Tire and Auto.
Winter brings slushy, sleety, icy weather that's even more annoying if your wipers can't keep your windshield clean. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the important little things like new wipers, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
At Central Tire and Auto.
A new year is here, and at Marion County Bank, we're kicking it off by challenging you to shop local. Every dollar spent at a local business helps to build the communities we all love. Together, we can make a difference.
Hi, I'm Brian Hoosier from Marion County Bank. I shop local because another word for local is home, and I want to support the place that I call home.
Join Marion County Bank in supporting local businesses. Learn more at marioncountybank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Vanderlinden Services is your trusted family-owned plumbing and HVAC business. I'm Austin Vanderlinden. Our team has years of experience and commitment to treating every customer like family, and our trusted technicians take pride in their work. Plus, we offer the best in York HVAC residential and commercial systems. Call me today for reliable, friendly service that you can trust. Vanderlinden Services, the best for the job.
Welcome back here on pregame coverage of Pella Christian Girls Basketball versus Van Meter inside the Element Siding and Windows radio broadcast booth. I'm Tyler Crabb, joined by Mike Bouquet and Garrett Wheeler tonight. The full house, the full broadcast crew. And we look at our colors of the game presented by Michelle Gritter's Lux Photography. The Eagles tonight, they're going to be in the home white uniforms this evening, with the maroon stripe down the side of the uniforms, the maroon numbers, maroon letters, and the gold trim on those. Van Meter, they have not made their way into the gymnasium yet. I actually, before the game, was looking for anyone from Van Meter to help assist with pronunciations. Didn't see a soul that was repping the Van Meter blue tonight, so we will get those colors to you here in just a little bit. But for the Eagles, they're going to be in the home whites. And coming back to our McKay Group radio keys to the game here a little bit before we wrap up our colors of the game presented by Michelle Gritter's Lux Photography. I'm going to go back to Garrett because, Mike, I know we come up with a lot of ours on the fly. I see a lot of research over there from Mr. Wheeler, which is always a good sign. So, Garrett, I'm going to let you go into a few more of those keys. It looks like you got a couple more.
Be careful. You'll take over your job here, Tyler.
He might, you know. I mean, I think I got a couple years at least, right? He's a senior in high school.
There's nothing safe.
Get him through college. He's going to go play some college football next year. So I got maybe a couple years before he comes and steals my job officially.
Well, during COVID, people didn't go on site. They just watched it on TV and commentated. So.
That's true. That's true. Maybe I do have some competition. On
I
hands,
think you're safe. You do a great job. So.
We're having fun tonight. But Garrett, what else do you have for our McKay Group Radio Keys to the Game, man?
Well, for Pella Christian, I was going to say Addie Van Arendonk. I want to get her involved early and often, on the low block preferably. That high-low action with her and Rachel has been pretty successful as long as it's not forced. There's been some turnovers on that I'd like to see cleaned up. But when Addie is our third leading scorer, right around that 10-12 mark, usually good things are happening behind Rachel and Jessa, and the Eagles usually have success. And also for Pella Christian, we want them to score points by eliminating their turnovers. Like I said, in the high-low action, that's one of the actions they go to often for their points, and we want to see them limit their turnovers. Hopefully they worked on that over break, and we want to get offensive boards. Van Meter struggles with getting defensive boards, so if we can get some second chance points tonight, that'll be huge.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Those are our McKay Group Radio Keys to the Game. Once again, Garrett Wheeler doing a lot more research than Mike and I. I'll give him credit for that. I know we don't have the paper here. We kind of just come up with them on the fly based off of what we see and what we like, what we kind of see in the matchup. But when the teams take the floor, but got to give kudos for the preparedness here of our young buck up in the broadcast booth.
He's got the hallway advantage over us, even though he's probably not in the hallway this week. But
yeah,
not at all.
No, he's been with me all day today.
Oh, that's true.
So,
living the good life.
Yeah, he's been. I shouldn't say all day, but most of the day.
Yep.
We gave him a little time for lunch. You know, we gave him a chance to get out of the office for lunch and
just to
go to basketball practice.
Just a serious comment about Garrett working with you, and we've got 2 students here from Pella Christian that are with us at Pella Real Estate Services, and I know it's all over the community, but kudos to Pella Christian Schools for allowing this Winterim week to happen. I think I feel like I was in high school yesterday, which is a long time ago, but some kids are better classroom kids than others, and but even kids that love to be in the books and in the classroom also like to get firsthand experiences and get out and see things. So I think it's great they do this.
Absolutely, and we have 2 this week as well.
Yep, you
Just
got Julia
Schmaltz.
Right?
Julia Schmaltz is over at Pella High tonight with Andrew Schneider doing photography of their basketball game. So it's a fun experience, man. This is the second time since I've been here that we've had a Winterim student, Tyson DeVries being the other one. So, we have a lot of fun with that, and it's a great experience, and having some fun with Garrett and showing him the ropes on some of the behind-the-scenes things. I mean, obviously, a lot of the student athletes, and Garrett could probably attest, they get to see me on a lot of the fun nights where it's the games. They don't always necessarily see the behind-the-scenes and what goes into some of this stuff. So it's kind of fun to be able to share some of that. And so you have to tune in here because Garrett and Julia will be on one of our Let's Talk Pella programs here soon, talking about their experience. I don't know if I told Garrett about that, but I know we told Julia this afternoon about that they're gonna get a chance to talk about some of the things they learned from behind the scenes this week. So a lot of fun. We're gonna come back. We'll finish off our colors of the game presented by Michelle Gritter's Lex Photography when we return here on KNIA, KRLS.com, and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
Stay cozy this winter with Central Iowa Roofing. When snow and ice hit hard, protect your home with the strength and beauty of Owens Corning shingles. The experts at Central Iowa Roofing deliver reliable, winter-ready roofing built to last through the toughest Iowa weather. Don't wait for leaks or damage. Upgrade your roof now with trusted materials and professional installation. Central Iowa Roofing, quality, confidence, and comfort all season long. Call today and stay covered this winter.
Hi, this is Allie, owner of Thistle's Flower Market. Whether you're planning a wedding, hosting an event, or looking to brighten someone's day, let us help you make it unforgettable. From stunning wedding florals to everyday gift deliveries, we're here to bring joy and beauty to your special moments. Located in downtown Pella, Thistles has been serving our community for almost 40 years. Thistles Flower Market, making every moment unforgettable.
If you've been holding out on starting the search for your next home, your patience might have just paid off. Hi, this is Aaron Stoltz with Pella Real Estate Services, and right now is a great time to buy. We're seeing increased inventory in all price ranges, and interest rates are becoming more favorable. Schedule a buyer consultation so that we can start looking for your next home by calling 628-1BUY and visiting with me or any member of our team at Pella Real Estate Services.
Mommy, I love our new kitty. Let's take him to the veterinarian. Why would we take Wagner to the veterinarian? He's not even sick.
Well, sweetie, it's just like when we take you to the doctor and you're not sick. The veterinarian will check him out and make sure that everything's okay.
So, you gave your kids a new puppy or kitten for Christmas. I bet it was pretty exciting to see the look on their faces. Now comes the next step. Let's make sure we take care of him. This is Dr. Tim Yoder with Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, and we have a new puppy and kitten program that provides the attention they need. It involves physical exams, vaccinations, diets, and most importantly, information for you, so that you can provide the best care for your new family member. Schedule your new puppy or kitten visit by calling Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella at 628-4040. That's 628-4040. Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They take care of pets because they love them.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game.
Runner with 4 on the shot clock. Gets trapped. Back to Rachel Kegmarinsky, who throws up the 3, and it goes in. There we go. Randall Roofing, raise the roof moment of the game. When the moment arises and it's time.
Randy Jarzonvik here, owner of Randall Roofing. Randall Roofing is your full-service roofing and gutter contractor specializing in replacements, new construction, and repairs in South Central Iowa. We partner with CertainTeed to elevate your home's protection using industry-leading technologies.
At Integrity Comfort Solutions, we've been your local, trusted experts on new construction, plumbing, heating, and cooling for over 50 years. We're excited to now offer service. Don't let a breakdown disrupt your comfort. Let our expert team get you back on track. Call us at 641-628-4093 or visit integrity-comfort.com and let our experts work for you. Integrity Comfort Solutions. Let's get comfortable.
At Element Siding and Windows, we do it right the first time. Hi, I'm Andrew Thomason, owner of Element. We're locally owned and proud to have the same dedicated team on every project, the same faces you'll see from start to finish, no random subcontractors. We don't leave your project until it is complete and you are completely satisfied. Your details and your budget matter to us, and we'll work with you to bring your vision to life. You have a dream, we'll make it happen. Find us on Facebook at Element Siding and Windows.
At Pella Insurance, they strive to provide you with bend-over-backward service to protect your home, auto, business, farm, life, and health. Pella Insurance is a local independent agency that has been serving the Pella community for over 30 years with a mission to provide you with a more holistic approach to your insurance needs. With access to a multitude of industry-leading carriers, they are focused on assisting their customers with protecting and maximizing their assets, resources, and opportunities. Call Pella Insurance at 628-9235. Winter's here, but your roof still needs the best. At Dutch Mill Supply, they offer top-quality CertainTeed shingles to keep your home protected all season long. Durable, reliable, and designed for winter weather, CertainTeed shingles ensure your roof stands strong against snow, ice, and wind.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door.
It's Holly Jolly season at Scooter's Coffee in Pella. Sip the iced swirly twirly sugar cookie latte, iced or blended. Or enjoy Buddy the Elf maple chai, blended or iced. Pair your drink with Buddy's favorite treats, the swirly twirly sugar cookie or a snowball fight cake bite. Scooter's Coffee in Pella, spread and cheer one sip at a time. Scooter's Coffee, amazing drinks, amazing people, amazingly fast.
Welcome back here on pregame coverage of Pella Christian girls basketball against Van Meter. Tyler Crabb, joined by Mike Bukite and Garrett Wheelard in the Element Siding and Windows radio broadcast booth. Michael Reed joined us here in a second. Catching up with one of our alumni pack this week. Having some fun with that as we look at our colors of the game, presented by Michelle Gritter's Lux Photography. As we mentioned, Pella Christian in the home whites, the maroon trim, the maroon numbers, maroon lettering, and the gold trim. Van Meter, they're in the road blue uniforms with the white trim, white numbers, white lettering. And that is our colors of the game, presented by Michelle Gritter's Lux Photography, where your story becomes a masterpiece. We'll come back. We'll get you a starting lineups presented by Pella Real Estate Services. We got about 14 minutes till tip-off here. So we'll come back. We'll give you more pregame coverage of Pella Christian girls basketball on KNIAKRLS.com and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
Accessible, convenient. That's the new Sunset Acres subdivision just west of Pella off Highway 163. Hi, I'm Aaron Stoltz with Pella Real Estate Services. There are 36 lots between 3 and 7 acres with 24 available to build right now. This peaceful development offers a unique blend of multi-acre lots in a community setting with great views and spectacular sunsets radiating over Lake Red Rock. Start planning your dream home in Sunset Acres by calling 628-1BUY for Pella Real Estate Services.
Rev up your ride with unbeatable deals at PellaMotors.com. We're dealing so you can drive away happy. Don't miss out on our incredible offers on Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. Find your perfect ride at PellaMotors.com.
Who's always open? Anytime Fitness. For the last 16 years, Anytime Fitness has been open 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Our award-winning gym allows you to work out on your schedule. With state-of-the-art equipment, expert trainers, a welcoming community, and the convenience of around-the-clock access, you're sure to find a fitness home with us. It's your fitness, done your way, at Anytime Fitness in Pella.
The wipers in the car go swish, 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 swish. The wipers in the car go swish, swish, swish. That's Central Tire and Auto.
Winter brings slushy, sleety, icy weather that's even more annoying if your wipers can't keep your windshield clean. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the important little things like new wipers, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
At the Cardinal gas station at Two Rivers Cooperative in Pella, we now have a diesel blender pump with 5 different options available. Now through March, you can select straight number 1 diesel or choose from 4 different blends of number 1 and number 2 to get the right mix to keep your diesel vehicle from gelling during our cold Iowa winter. Look for our diesel blender pump at the Cardinal gas station at Two Rivers Cooperative in Pella.
The home and field advantage. Two Rivers Co-op.
When you eat at Culver's, you're enjoying fresh food, not just fast food. I'm Tim Grotenheis, owner of Culver's Restaurant in Pella, and we pride ourselves on making your order fresh every time. Our never frozen burgers are made fresh just the way you want it. Our chicken sandwiches and chicken strips are made fresh. We don't make them ahead of time and let them sit under a warmer. And we slow turn our frozen custard in small batches all day so it's at its very best. What can we make fresh for you today at Culver's Restaurant in Pella?
A warning to moms of class of 27 senior boys. They aren't going to be thrilled when you ask about senior pictures. Common responses are, ugh, fine, whatever. I know, I'm one of those moms myself. I'm Michelle Gritters with Lux Photography, and my senior photo sessions are different. They're easy and relaxed, and I seem to have a knack for bringing out real smiles, even in the grumpiest of teens. And the best part is that it ends up being a really special day for you and your son. So if you've got a class of 27 senior boys, schedule a session at michellegritters.com. Most guys end up actually enjoying it.
Tear through the roughest snow and ice in record time with Toro's Snowmaster snowblower featuring personal pace drive and quick stick shoot control. Get your Toro Snowmaster at DeRuyter Lawn Equipment in Pella. Toro, America's #1 snowblower brand.
Toro Power Max 2-stage snowblowers are unbeatable in any storm. Choose easy-to-use features like electric start, hand warmers, auto steering, and quick stick shoot control. Get your Toro Power Max at DeRuyter Lawn Equipment in Pella. Toro, America's #1 snowblower brand.
The season at Vandenberg's Greenhouse has ended, and they want to thank everyone for making this year fantastic. They met many new friends and saw many old friends and customers again this year. Vandenberg's Greenhouse is now closed for a few months. They are looking forward to the new season in 2026. So even though they are closed, Russ and Becky Vandenberg are busy getting ready for opening in late February or early March, and of course their spring open house. Keep listening for the spring opening date and to hear about some exciting additions coming to Vandenberg's Greenhouse. From all your friends at Vandenberg's Greenhouse, they hope you have a safe and happy winter. 1405 Highway 5 Albia, Vandenberg's Greenhouse. Always worth the short drive.
If you're hardworking, dependable, and have construction or electrical experience, DeYoung Door Service in Pella is looking for you. But they know that you're hard to find and your skills are desirable and valuable. That's why for the right person with the right skills, they'll start you off at $25 an hour plus a weekly stipend for health insurance. If we're talking to you and you'd like to be trained by the best to become one of the gurus, call DeYoung Door Service at 628-8736.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. We're the gurus of garage doors. DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Welcome back here to pregame coverage of Pella Christian Girls High School basketball on KNIA, KRLS.com, and on the Pella Christian YouTube. Tyler Crabb, Garrett Wheeler, and Mike Bouquet, the full team with you tonight for coverage of Pella Christian Girls basketball as they get ready to take on Van Meter. We're going to give you the starting line as presented by Pella Real Estate Services, and we will start with the visitors from Van Meter, and they will line up as such. And before we get into it too far, I'm just going to apologize right now if I butcher any names. I'm sorry. All the Van Meter fans have shown up in the last 3 to 4 minutes, it feels like, so didn't have a chance to ask any of them. The pronunciations would not have gone very well. I would not be talking right now. I'd be coughing and trying to catch my breath if I tried to do that. So here we go. Starting line is for Van Meter, presented by Pella Real Estate Services. 5'5" junior guard, number 5, Macy Heyer. It's going to be a 6-foot senior center, number 42, Lydia Thummel. 5'3" senior guard, number 1, Ella Rosick. 5'10" senior guard, number 21, Alex Hoganson. And 5'6" junior guard, number 2, Avery Banks. Now for the Eagles starting lineup tonight, I turn it over to Garrett Wheeler.
As far as starters for Pella Christian tonight, it's going to go with number 4, junior 5'11", Sophia Slogter. Number 3, senior 5'9", Chloe Nickel. Senior forward, staying at 5'10", number 13, Addie Van Arendonk. Your guard for tonight, a junior staying at 5'5", will be number 1, Jessa DeVries. And your junior forward sitting at 5'10" will be number 35, Rachel Kakmarinsky.
All right, those are your starting lineups presented by Pella Real Estate Services, a full-service brokerage of the lineup that includes residential and commercial real estate acreages, property management, storage facilities, and short and long-term rental options. Call 628.
1 BUI for Pella Real Estate Services.
I was telling Garrett today, I've gotten to that point where every now and again I'll just try to see if I can catch you and Aaron, since it is your guys' company you work for, so I'm like,
I was thinking about an area code, not a 628, so.
I understand. 6281 BUI for Pella Real Estate Services. Make sure to give Mike and the team a call. They'll get you hooked up. They got me hooked up a couple years ago here now, so I'm sure they'll get you hooked up with whatever you need. So, again, that is your starting lineups. We're going to take another timeout. We're about 6 minutes from tip-off here on Eagle Lane as the Pella Christian girls basketball team makes their return from the holiday break. Back after this on KNIA, KRLS.com, and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
You only get to retire once, but the team at Lighten Investment Services has been helping clients prepare for and navigate retirement every day for the past 30 years. Both Tyler Klein and Mick Snyder are certified financial planning professionals who have helped hundreds of clients move toward their financial goals. Don't try to do it alone. Give us a call at 641-628-1021 to schedule a 30-minute Ask Anything session to see how we might be able to help you towards your retirement goals.
Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer member, FINRA/SIPC, not FDIC insured. No bank guarantee, may lose value, not a deposit, not insured by any federal government agency.
If you're looking for top-notch plumbing and HVAC services from a family-based business that treats you like one of their own, call me, Austin with Vanderlinden Services. With years of expertise and a commitment to customer satisfaction, our friendly experts are ready to serve you. Plus, we're proud to offer top-of-the-line York residential and commercial HVAC systems. For all your home comfort needs, call me and experience why Vanderlinden Services is best for your job.
Knoxville Hospital and Clinics shares that according to national health data, arthritis affects more than 50 million adults in the United States. Rheumatology is a medical specialty that focuses on joint pain, inflammation, and autoimmune conditions that can affect the muscles and connective tissues. It also examines patterns of swelling, stiffness, and immune activity that may contribute to long-term joint concerns. This information is provided as part of Knoxville Hospital and Clinic's general health education efforts. More information is available at knoxvillehospital.org.
Did you know many popular plants that we bring into our house during the holidays can be harmful to cats?
Common plants such as poinsettia, holly, mistletoe, amaryllis, and even pine needles are harmful to cats. If your cat is vomiting, drooling, or lethargic, it could be plant poisoning. Please call Van Wyck Veterinary Clinic right away.
If you plan on having any of these plants in your house, keep them out of reach from your cats.
Protect your pet's health at Van Wyck Veterinary Clinic.
Quality, compassion, family.
That's the sound of a Mountain Dew. And that's you enjoying its refreshing citrus kick. That's a cool breeze suddenly whistling through your hair.
Whoa!
That's you realizing you're now on a mountain.
This is epic!
That's you stating the obvious. That's you stepping up to the plate. That's you winning your kickball game.
Yes,
that's you taking another sip of your... Do the do.
Whoa, boss, how did that happen?
Mind your business.
I mean, how did a forklift make a shish kebab out of our company truck?
I said mind your business, Billy. It's why we have auto owners. We work with an independent agent to customize our policies. So when the unexpected happens, we know we're covered. Because unlike you, minding our business is their business.
Oh, that's simple human sense.
Ask me, Chad Klein, at the Verduff Agency in Pella, if auto owners make sense for you.
Welcome back here one final time to pregame coverage of Pella Christian High School girls basketball as they get ready to take on Van Meter in their first game since before Christmas when they went up to West Marshall and earned a 34-point win over the Trojans up there. We got the full house up here tonight inside the Element Siding and Windows radio broadcast booth on KNIAKRLS.com and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. It's myself, Tyler Crabb. The guy to my left is Mike Bukite. The guy to my right, Garrett Wheeler tonight. Here joining us for Winterim this week. We're excited to have him here at the station with us throughout the week for the Pella Christian Winterim program. Very fun, unique deal that we get to do to kind of help Garrett determine what he wants to do come the future here and kind of getting to explore some of those options as to what life beyond high school can present, and a great start to the week here as we get ready to open up with our opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Before we take our final time out of pregame and get ready for the opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply, Mike, any final thoughts you have before this contest gets started up?
I'd expect Van Meter's a team that likes to press and put pressure on teams, and you're just looking down through their stats. They've got a lot of girls that score. They got a lot of girls that force turnovers, so I assume they're going deep on the bench. They're just bringing numbers and bringing energy, and they're spending a lot of time during their warm-up just working on fundamentals of ball handling and passing techniques and shell drill defense and stuff like that. So, yeah, should be a good game. We're going to have to take care of the ball. Garrett mentioned that earlier, but yeah, excuse me.
No worries. I mean, great thoughts there. Garrett, your final thoughts before we get things underway here tonight.
Yeah, just control the ball and don't get sped up by this team. They're probably going to want to try to speed up the pace a little bit, maybe with some man-to-man pressure from some of their guards, probably trying to poke the ball away. Don't let that affect you. Play off 2 feet. That's going to be big tonight, and make some plays like that.
Absolutely. Going to be a great night of basketball here between Pella Christian and Van Meter. Again, we are moments away from the opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. And real quick, too, we will go ahead and go to that break. We'll come back and we'll touch on anything else we have before we get the opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. So we'll be right back after this.
Hi, this is Mike at Langstrad Auto Body. Winter's finally here, and along with it comes the inevitable. That's right, you've heard this before. Along with basketball and wrestling, we get bumper cars, car hockey, and even a little unwanted ditch riding. Accidents happen. At Langstrad Auto Body, we pride ourselves in getting your car in and out quickly and doing a quality repair. Our 100% satisfaction guarantee goes out the door with every vehicle. If your car is in need of some attention, come out and see us at Langstrad Auto Body. You'll be glad you did. Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for a quality repair.
At Lely, we continue to provide the latest innovations for the dairy industry. Our robotic milking systems put more milk in the tank with less effort. Our robotic feeding systems provide optimal feed efficiency for a healthy and productive herd. And we have a line of innovative barn products that create an animal-friendly environment focused on the cow's well-being and comfort. Lely, a worldwide pioneer in dairy farm automation, with our North American headquarters right here in Pella, is proud to be part of the community.
A new year is here, and at Marion County Bank, we're kicking it off by challenging you to shop local. Every dollar spent at a local business helps to build the communities we all love. Together, we can make a difference.
Hi, I'm Brian Hoosier from Marion County Bank. I shop local because another word for local is home, and I want to support the place that I call home.
Join Marion County Bank in supporting local businesses. Learn more at marioncountybank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
What do great painting results look like? At Spain Painting, it's a flawless finish that stands the test of time. Hi, I'm Levi Spain, and our team delivers bold, clean, professional results inside and out. Crisp lines, smooth walls, colors that elevate your space and hold up for years. Whether it's a home makeover or a fresh look for your business, we're focused on results that you'll love every time you walk through the door. Spain Painting in Pella. Experience, quality, results.
A new year is here, and at Marion County Bank, we're kicking it off by challenging you to shop local. Every dollar spent at a local business helps to build the communities we all love. Together, we can make a difference.
Hi, I'm Brian Hoosier from Marion County Bank. I shop local because another word for local is home, and I want to support the place that I call home.
Join Marion County Bank in supporting local businesses. Learn more at marioncountybank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Join Pella Corporation and do the work you're most proud of. Apply for one of our many openings and become a valued team member as we shape the future together. Recognized by Fast Company as a best place to work for innovators, we're dedicated to fostering a culture of creativity and forward thinking. Visit Pella.com/careers today and be part of a team committed to excellence and innovation. Because at Pella Corporation, we're building more than just windows and doors.
Welcome back here on KNIA, KRLS.com, and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Having some fun here on Eagle Lane as we get the winter sports season for the basketball teams fired back up here with Pella Christian versus Van Meter girls basketball. The bowling teams got their seasons kicked off this weekend. They fell in both ends of the triangular against Pella and Oskaloosa in both boys and girls. And then the boys basketball team and Garrett Wheeler, who's sitting here to our right tonight, joining us for tonight's contest. They get their return tomorrow night against the Cardinals of Newton. Tyler Crabb, Mike Bouquet, and Garrett Wheeler, as I mentioned, here inside the Element Siding and Windows radio broadcast booth on Eagle Lane. As we get ready for the opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply, that'll be coming up here in just a moment. But for right now, two teams getting their final words in before the opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Let's take our first look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. We have some games that are already in the books. So let's take a look at what we've got here so far tonight. Pella girls basketball dominant over Knoxville, 80-6 final score there. Pella boys leading Knoxville 45-23 at halftime. Indianola girls trail Carlisle 39-29 at the end of the third quarter. that is the first look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Marion County's financial leaders, Marion County Bank, with offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher Dallas, are serving you and building community across the county. Opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply in Pella. Your only local lumberyard and building material supplier is controlled by the Eagles. Opening possession, Rachel Kekmarinsky goes to the basket and is off the mark on the left-handed layup attempt. And on the other end, Van Meter sets up against the 2-3 zone of the Eagles as Avery Banks throws it to the corner. She was looking for Macy Heyer, and it was tipped out of bounds by Rachel Kekmarinsky.
Good look by Rachel on the offensive end. Just couldn't quite get it to drop.
Avery Banks on the right wing, now up top for Ella Rosic. Up top to Banks. Banks now to Rosic on the right wing, now to the right corner for Hoganson. Ball inside for Thummel, and Lydia Thummel gives Van Meter the lead 2-0 with 7:18 to go in the first quarter. And now Van Meter with the press. Rachel Kekmarinsky beats it, finds Sophia Slachter, who will lay it in for the first 2 points for the Eagles here in the second semester.
Pella Christian saw quite a bit of pressure there before the break, so Van Meter's bringing some pressure, but it's not near as strong as what they've been seeing against some other teams.
Yeah, Rosic to the right wing for Avery Banks. Nearly fell down, instead takes the three and banks it home from the right wing.
Can't leave her open.
Yeah, I'd say that's the leading scorer. And then on the ensuing possession, the Eagles throw it away. Do you have a Pingles Home Store Instant Radio update to give here? As Carlisle defeats Indianola 53-49.
That was quite the bank on her shot, though.
Yeah, not sure how she fit that in there. Inside, the ball goes for Lydia Thummel. Had a good look, but she is off the mark because she was too strong on the right-handed layup. On the other end, Chloe Nickel going to the basket. And coast to coast goes Chloe Nickel. And puts Pella Christian back down by just 1, 5-4, 6:17 to go in the first quarter.
Pella Christian in a 2-3 zone. Start the game here.
Yeah, Thummel back out. Ball swings to Avery Banks in the right wing, now to the right corner for Hoganson. Ball swings to Rosic on the left wing, three-pointer off the mark. Loose ball fought for, knocked out of bounds by Pella Christian. Inbound from Banks goes out to Rosic on the right wing, and Rosic is whistled for the travel. First turnover of the night for Van Meter. And Van Meter has decided to call off the pressure now, and at least for this possession. And they're going to go zone defense now, it looks like. Not sure what kind of zone it is. Kind of looks like a 2-3, but it's not perfect 2-3. But Jessa DeVries lost the handle of the basketball, and she was dribbling to the corner. And it'll be a turnover for the Eagles. Ball going back to Van Meter. On the other end, it's going to be Hoganson with a mid-lane jumper. It's off the mark, rebounded by Sophia Slachter. And Slachter gets tied up, and the ball will stay with Van Meter. So Banks will inbound for the Bulldogs here with 5:34 to go in the first quarter, and a game reset wired by Center Point Electric. Van Meter with a 5-4 lead over Pella Christian as Banks just gets it in before the count. Banks on the right wing, looking inside for Thummel. Ball swings to Rosic. Now Banks, right wing three, off back iron, rebounded by Thummel. Back out for Banks. Banks drives the right side, and a reach-in foul going to be called against Jessa DeVries. It'll be her first, team's first. So 5:20 to go in the first quarter. Banks to the inbounder again to Rosic, right wing three. Open look, and the multiple chances for Van Meter pays off as Rosic knocks down the three to make it 8-4 with 5:10 to go in the first quarter. Chloe Nickel left wing. Rachel Kekmarinsky up top. Down low for Addie Van Arendonk, and she'll get pushed from behind by number 42, Lydia Thummel. That'll be her first, and the first on Van Meter. So first substitution of the night. Either way, Macy Heyer comes out of the game. as Ivy Vaught comes in for Van Meter. And the inbound goes to Rachel Kegmarinsky. She'll kick to the corner for Chloe Nickel. Back out to Kegmarinsky. Kegmarinsky driving right side. Nice look for Kegmarinsky off the mark there. Then Van Arendonk ties up the rebound with Vaught, and it'll stay with Pella Christian. We're going to get a conversation here between two of our officials. I think it's the shot clock they reset the shot clock. I don't think they were supposed to reset the shot clock with the shot from Kekmarinsky there. So they're working through the shot clock right now. Still waiting for that. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Pella Christian taking on Van Meter here in the first game after the holiday break. And right now it's been Van Meter with a couple of three-pointers that has them out by double what the Eagles have, as Kegmarinsky underneath the basket is fouled by Thummel. Thummel cannot believe that she got whistled for that foul, but she just picked up her second foul. As Kegmarinsky had the position, did a nice job battling for that. And now Van Meter will go back to the bench. As Kegmarinsky makes free throw number one here, makes it 8-5.
Anytime you can put one of their starters in foul trouble early in the game. I mean, we're only 3 minutes into this game, so.
Yeah, Callie Hindy into the game there as Kegmarinsky makes the second free throw. And our first substitution for the Eagles tonight as Ava Breams comes into the contest for Sophia Slaughter. And the Eagles going to go man-to-man defensively here as Avery Banks looks to drive on Chloe Nickel. Kicks, corner, three. Off the mark there by Hoganson. Kegmarinsky down with the rebound. In transition, tried to find Addie Van Arendonk. And results in an Eagles turnover there. Three-pointer was missed by Hoganson for Van Meter on the other end. That's the case you missed, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
Got to get back in the swing of these.
You know, it's interesting watching the transition for Rachel Cack. She's played a lot of inside defensively and offensively. She's playing outside guard position now. So that last time down, she's trying to keep her ball handling to catch up to her feet. She's so fast when she gets up the court.
Yeah, Avery Banks was looking to drive, gives to Hoganson, drives to the basket, and missed the shot, but Addie Van Arendonk swung the arm down, picks up her first foul, and Pella Christian's second foul as a team. And that one is one that Addie just has to know that the positioning there, you just got to get a contest, but you don't have to try to block that shot.
Yeah, she had good position on that one.
Yeah, Hoganson knocks down her first free throw. As another substitution here is Ella Rosic checks out, and into the game comes Aniston Netton. Free throw off the back iron, but rebound goes to Van Meter, and Avery Banks gets a three from straight away and makes Pella Christian pay. And a Pella Motors timeout taken by John Mumm and the Eagles after a 4-point possession there for Van Meter. On the three by Banks makes it 12-6. Here with 4:01 to go in the first quarter. And Garrett, Mike, I'd say this is an urgent situation presented by Pella Regional Health Center. Eagles, you know, they're a little bit shorthanded this week. Bryn Runner is on a trip for the winter program. It's one of your top defenders, top rebounders. Right now, you got to find some stops. And right now, offensive rebounds, mistakes, just some things hurting you right now. You got to find a way to clean that up. With Van Meter up by 6 right now, can't really afford to let them continue to grow this lead at this point.
Yeah, it's a lot of just the fundamental stuff, right? We got good looks going to the rim, just got to finish, and on the opposite end, we got to win the boards and take away the easy shots.
Yeah, that last three came off of a offensive rebound from Hindy, just like we talked about, and the possession before that, Van Arendonk got us an extra couple points by getting on the glass.
Yeah, that's our urgent situation presented by Pella Regional Health Center. If you need urgent health care today, be seen today at Pella Regional's walk-in clinics in Pella, Knoxville, or tell them to visit PellaHealth.org for hours and wait times. While we were doing that, Avery Banks got called for a reach-in foul as Jessa DeVries tried to drive baseline and dribbled the ball out of bounds off of Aniston Netton.
Well, they're definitely with their pressure just trying to speed up our play, and we let them do that and just release shots just a little too quickly. Just got to be patient with our offense.
Yeah, Kagmarinsky to Van Arendonk, back to Kagmarinsky, but Kagmarinsky's shot is blocked by Hindi. On the other end, Banks over to number 11, that's Rosener. Rosener's three was off the mark. After a long, hard-fought battle, the ball ends up out of bounds going to Van Meter. So Banks will inbound. Banks able to get it in just before the 5 seconds to Vaught. Now it's Netton driving the right side, dumps it down for Hindi. Shot blocked by Addie Van Arendonk out of bounds on the Eagles. It'll go back to Van Meter. So Van Meter setting up their offensive play. And they're going to find Avery Banks straight away. Three-pointer off the mark, off the front of the rim. So Van Meter, one and done possession here as Jessa DeVries will bring it up here. Defended by Banks and able to get it to Chloe Nickel. Nickel lost the handle for a moment. Now she was looking for a cutting Rachel Kagmarinsky. Ava Breams was cutting up the lane. Kagmarinsky Breams collided, ball goes out of bounds, turnover by the Eagles. So Banks will set up Van Meter offensively across the timeline. And to the free throw line for Rosener. Off the screen, Netton will give it back to Banks on the left wing. Banks got a step on DeVries, and the right-handed finger roll good for Avery Banks. And it's a 14-6 Van Meter lead with 2:33 to go in the first quarter. DeVries got the ball across half court before they recognized the shot clock didn't start. Ashlyn Vermeer and Sophia Slaughter into the game for Ava Breams and Chloe Nickel. So Pella Christian in desperate need of a response here from a strong start to this game from Van Meter. Sophia Slaughter on the right wing to Addie Van Arendonk on the right elbow. Van Arendonk nowhere to go there. Tried to force it down low for Kagmarinsky, taken away by Aniston Netton. And Banks will bring it across half court for Van Meter this time around. 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. And it's an 8-point Van Meter lead. Left-handed finger roll there for Netton. Too strong. Kagmarinsky down with it over to Jessa DeVries. Right wing three-pointer off back iron, but Ashlyn Vermeer will run down the rebound. And Sophia Slaughter, three from the right wing, no good. Out of bounds off of Van Meter.
Just feels like Van Meter's playing with a little bit more of a coordinated purpose, both defensively and offensively right now, and just making it a little harder on PC to be able to get to the rim and take, have some patience to take shots. And then offensively, they've just got good rotations going.
Cameron Byrne into the game here for Avery Banks. Nice feed from Jessa DeVries to Addie Van Arendonk, who just didn't have the angle on the layup. On the other end, Aniston Netton goes to the basket and gets fouled by Sophia Slaughter. It's her first, team's third. So Netton going to go to the line. Free throw good by Netton. Makes it 15-6 Van Meter with the early advantage as you're listening to Pella Christian Girls Basketball powered by Bank Iowa on the KRLS2 stream and at KNIA, KRLS.com. Netton missed the second free throw, but got her own miss, and ball swings out. Three-pointer left well short there by Hindi. Rebounded by Van Arendonk, who then turns it over. Van Meter able to get it out. Three-pointer on the way from Cameron Byrne. It's off the mark. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Kek-Marinsky, so Van Meter will get another possession. Again, you're listening to Pella Christian Basketball powered by Bank Iowa on the KRLS2 stream at KNIA, KRLS.com, Knoxville, Pella Newton, and KRLS HD2, Knoxville, Pella Newton. Everyone has a goal, inspiration, or reason for being, whatever that is for you. Bank Iowa says,
let's make it happen.
And on the ensuing possession, they call netting for the travel. It kind of looked like a jump ball if you ask me, but if you're Pella Christian, you're definitely going to take that. Van Meter tried to get another sub in quick before they put the ball back in play. Weren't able to do so as Rachel Kek-Marinsky able to get the ball across half court and to Sophia Slaughter. Back to the corner for Kek-Marinsky. Tried to throw it inside for Van Arendonk, and it's another Pella Christian turnover. And Cameron Byrne on the other end. Looking to drive was Vaught. Ball swings back out to Hindi. Hindi drives. Good defense there by Addie Van Arendonk. Forces a Van Meter turnover into the game for the Bulldogs. Maddie Schnell with Ella Rosic and Berkeley Harkins. So Van Meter in the first quarter has played every girl on the roster.
They just keep them fresh, keep throwing them at them. Now they're going full court press.
Yeah, the Eagles can hold for one, so I imagine they're trying to speed them up for that. Rosic got caught gambling, so DeVries is able to get it across half court fairly easily. Rosic poked the ball out. Jessa DeVries fighting for the loose ball. She jumped square on top of that ball. I think kind of knocked the wind out of her. I think they called Ella Rosic for a foul. That's her first, team's fourth. Van Meter going back into like a 1-2-2 zone almost. Ashlyn Vermeer with it. Able to get it to Addie Van Arendonk. To Rachel Kek-Marinsky. Double team for a moment, but Kek-Marinsky able to spin to the left hand and get the left-handed lay-in to go. Van Meter on the other end. Rosic tries to throw it down low. And the shot at the buzzer there by Berkeley Harkins is blocked by Addie Van Arendonk. 15-8. Van Meter leads Pella Christian after a quarter. Well, Step Boy will be back inside the Element Sighting and Windows radio broadcast booth here on KNIA, KRLS.com, and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
Ford's Home Center and Frigidaire present Pizza Night Perfection with the new stone-baked pizza model. Frigidaire has the only range designed to reach 750 degrees Fahrenheit, the high heat needed to create authentic restaurant-quality pizza. In as little as 2 minutes, we'll also set you up with a pizza shield, stone, and peel, all included with the range. You've finally found the answer to Pizza Night Perfection, now available from Frigidaire at Bruxford's Home Center in Pella.
Mommy, I love our new kitty. Let's take him to the veterinarian. Why would we take Wango to the veterinarian? He's not even sick.
Well, sweetie, it's just like when we take you to the doctor and you're not sick. The veterinarian will check him out and make sure that everything's okay.
So, you gave your kids a new puppy or kitten for Christmas. I bet it was pretty exciting to see the look on their faces. Now comes the next step. Let's make sure we take care of him. This is Dr. Tim Yoder with Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, and we have a new puppy and kitten program that provides the attention they need. It involves physical exams, vaccinations, diets, and most importantly, information for you, so that you can provide the best care for your new family member. Schedule your new puppy or kitten visit by calling Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella at 628-4040. That's 628-4040. Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, where your pet's good health is our number one concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They take care of pets because they love them.
Welcome back here inside the Element Sighting and Windows radio broadcast booth. Start of the second quarter, Pella Christian 8, Van Meter 15. As Van Meter turned the ball over with their first possession here in the second half. Ashlyn Vermeer drives, finds Rachel Kek-Marinsky. Nice move there. Missed the layup, though. She was too strong on it. And then got over aggressive trying to get her own miss there. Ashlyn Vermeer checks out. Chloe Nickel back in. The Eagles back in the 2-3 zone here. 7:27 to go in the second quarter. It's 15-8. Van Meter leading Pella Christian.
It's another rolling close shot there by Rachel that just a little too strong.
Yeah, Lydia Thummel got the ball down low. Got the shot up, but was fouled first by Addie Van Arendonk. That's her second, team second already of the quarter. Hoganson with the ball. She'll get it back to Avery Banks. Banks drives and gets the bank. Bank is open for Banks tonight as she rattles home the runner there from the left side. Sophia Slaughter looking down low for Rachel Kegmarinsky. And I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but ball sailed out of bounds. So Van Meter getting the ball back here with a 17-8 lead, 6:50 to go in the second quarter.
Our inlet passes there just a little bit off on the offensive end, making it real difficult for our inside players to pick the balls up and make some plays.
And 3 seconds called on Van Meter here, 3 seconds in the lane. So before the Bulldogs could get the ball or could do anything with it, once they got it into the post there, they're whistled for the turnover. Jessica Breeze picks up the dribble. Top of the circle, gives it to Sophia Slaughter. Now back to the top of the circle with Chloe Nickel.
Setting up
Rachel
the high-low.
Kegmarinsky, left wings. Sophia Slaughter, 3, too strong. In transition, Van Meter, Ivy Vaught going to the basket. And she'll be fouled by Chloe Nickel. It's Chloe's first, team's third. Right now, Van Meter, the more aggressive team offensively. It feels like they're getting to the free throw line. They're getting some of those opportunities here as Ivy Vaught too strong to the left.
Yeah, they're definitely dictating the pace of the game on both ends. We're just a little on edge at times, but just need a little bit of a consistency and a little bit of a run here, and we're right back in this game. But
yeah, Ivy Vaught makes the second free throw. It's now an 18-8 Van Meter lead with 6:13 to go in the second quarter. Chloe Nickel with the basketball on the right wing. She's looking, able to get it to Jessica DeVries out top. Defended by Vaught. DeVries got a step, drives in, and is fouled. See, the foul is whistled on there. It's going on number 5, Macy Heyer, her first, team's first. So Chloe Nickel, the inbounder for Pella Christian here. The inbound goes to Addie Van Arendonk underneath. Van Arendonk powers it up and in for her first 2 points of the game. Pella Christian reaching double figures here, 18-10, 5:50 to go in the second quarter. Van Meter working against the Eagles zone. Vaught to Hoganson in the short corner. Ball's now going to swing to the left wing. Avery Banks lines up the right wing 3, and Avery Banks knocks home the triple. 21-10, Van Meter with the advantage, 5.5 to play in the second quarter.
just a little bit of momentum there for us, and then they knocked down the 3 to counteract what we had going.
Yeah, Eagles going to go with the high-low as Van Arendonk threw it down low for Breams, but Breams just couldn't quite secure it. Van Meter comes away with it. Hoganson to Banks on the left wing. Cross court, Ivy Vaught to a cutting Hoganson. Hoganson, her shot no good, rebounded by Ava Breams. On the other end, it's Rachel Kekmarinsky on the right wing for Pella Christian. Now to Van Arendonk, over the top for Breams, but the ball got tipped by a Heyer. Jump ball will stay with the Eagles. And half the Eagles haven't realized that they have the ball. Or no, as I say, it should be white ball. Everyone was going back to the Van Meter end. More subs here as Van Meter We'll have Heyer and Thummel come out of the game. Hindi and, let's see, who's the other one that came in there? Number 11, Valerie Rosner into the game. Inbound goes to Kagmarinsky, and she'll be fouled there by Aniston Netton. That's going to be Netton's first, and Van Meter's second as a team. Chloe Nickel, the inbounder here. As they're trying to set something up. Now they're going to get it into Kagmarinsky. Down low for Van Aradonk. She'll find Ava Breams, mid-range jumper, and Ava Breams will get that to roll home. 21-12. Pella Christian trailing Van Meter now. 4:36 to go in the second quarter. Avery Banks to Rosic, back to Banks. Three from the top of the key, no good. Rebounded by Rachel Kagmarinsky, who threw it to Addie Van Aradonk, who immediately got it right back to Rachel. Rachel to Chloe Nickel on the right wing. Nickel drives, kicks it back to Van Aradonk. To Ava Breams, down low. Van Aradonk, the give and go for tonight's Randall Roofing. Raise the roof moment of the game. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. As the Eagles pull it back within 7, 21-14 with 3:57 to go in the second quarter. And then the Eagles force a turnover on the defensive end of the floor. Jessica DeVries sets it up to Rachel Kagmarinsky. Past Addie Van Aradonk, tipped right to Chloe Nickel. Ball over to DeVries, now Nickel. Right wing for Kagmarinsky. Down low for Breams. Hindi from the backside with the block. And now in transition, it's Netton. Ball is going to swing now to Netton on the right wing. Banks in the right corner. Back to Rosic in the right corner after she dribbled up to the right wing. And Ella Rosic knocks down the three to make it 24-14. 3:11 to go in the second quarter. On the other end, three-pointer from, I believe it was DeVries off the mark there. And now Banks in transition for Van Meter. Now it's Rosic up top. And back to Avery Banks in the right wing. She'll look to drive. Nothing there. And Banks pulls it back out and gives it up to Rosic. Right back to Banks. Straightaway three-pointer off the side of the rim, rebounded by Kagmarinsky. In transition, DeVries down low for Breams, and a missed pass there, and it results in an Eagles turnover. Banks fouled by DeVries. In transition, fourth on the Eagles, second on DeVries. Banks and Rosner getting a breather as Cameron Byrne back into the game with, Berkeley Harkins into the game. And the other one that came in there was Maddie Schnell. So 2:24 to go in the second quarter. It's Van Meter 24, Pella Christian 14. Rosic on the right wing, and Rosic shuffled the feet. Pingles Homestar Instant Radio update. Pella 68, Knoxville 34 into the third quarter. Game reset wired by Centerpoint Electric here. 24-14 Van Meter with the lead over Pella Christian with 2:19 to go in the second quarter. And that's a game reset wired by Centerpoint Electric, where they're wired for excellence. Casey Mista presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Eagles just have not really been able to get the offense rolling there as Jessica DeVries does off the mark on a three. And then in transition, Ivy Vaught gets the layup to go and puts Van Meter up 26-14, and that's kind of been the story of the night, and Casey missed it. Presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
Jessica DeVries on the right wing to Chloe Nickel. To Addie Van Aradonk, right wing. Rachel Kagmarinsky down low for Ava Breams, and Breams gets whacked.
I think anytime we get it in that low block, they're bringing a double or a triple team, and just got to be strong with the ball. That one she got in a good enough position to get a shot off and got to the free throw line.
Yeah, so Breams going to the free throw line after the foul on Harkins. First free throw is good for Breams. Into the game for Pella Christian for the first time tonight. Number 23, Elena Hertigan. Checks in for Chloe Nickel.
The key here for PC is going to be to just continue to take care of the ball without much rotation. Van Meter's rotating pretty deep throughout their bench. So late in the quarters when some of that can show up if we're just getting a little tired.
Yeah, Breams was off the mark on the second free throw. On the other end, Van Meter with the missed layup there by Netton. And Jessica DeVries the other way after the rebound by Rachel Kakmarinsky. Kakmarinsky right wing three-pointer off back iron, no good. Rebound off the head of Schnell. And that's just kind of been one of those things. Rachel, she had a really strong start to the season, but just as of late just hasn't been able to get those shots to go down the same way that she did early in the year. Hertigan to the corner for DeVries. Back up to Hertigan. Hertigan left wing triple. Elena Hertigan knocking down the tray and pulls Pella Christian within 8. 26-18, a minute to go in the second quarter.
Got to give Coach credit for getting Hertigan in there.
And then she gets the turnover there after Van Meter throws it away.
Oh, wide open.
DeVries to Rachel Kakmarinsky. Kakmarinsky drives and she gets bumped.
Chessa recognized it a little late, but Elena wide open on that backside for an easy layup.
Yeah, Ivy Vaught picks up her first foul. Immediately, Van Meter sends Avery Banks back to the scorer's table. And Cameron Byrne checks out. Hey, the Eagles have gone on some runs with Banks off the floor here. Nice inbounds pass from Kakmarinsky to Breams. Harkins will commit her second foul. 5th on Van Meter, so Breams will go to the line for some free throws. 47.5 seconds to go in the second quarter. Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Here in the second quarter, Van Meter 26, Pella Christian 18 as Breams is off the mark on the first free throw. We've got Pella girls basketball defeated Knoxville 80-6. Pella boys basketball leads Knoxville 68-34 at the end of the third quarter. And then Carlisle defeated Indianola 53-49 in girls basketball. Breams knocks down the second free throw, make it 26-19, 45 seconds to play in the second quarter. And Avery Banks whistled for the double dribble there. So Van Meter with some unforced turnovers here in the second quarter. They've got 6 turnovers in the quarter.
I just got to keep chipping it away. We got it down to 7.
And Jessica DeVries able to get it across half court and gives it up to Rachel Kakmarinsky. To Ava Breams on the high and low, able to get it to Addie Van Arendonk down low.
Oh, she does not miss those very often.
Just overshot it.
It's like the parting.
And a nice job by DeVries to poke that away.
Oh, I thought
didn't
maybe
get Banks. I think the other thing too on that play, Jessa with a great read on that one, but Banks didn't go after it. DeVries did, which implies that DeVries is the last one to touch it. I think sometimes officials will get caught in that scenario as well. 26-19, Van Meter setting up their play for the final shot. There's Banks on the right wing with it. Banks drives in. Her shot blocked. With 2.9 seconds to go, it'll stay with Van Meter off the block. Holy cow, a hockey line change coming in here for Van Meter. As soon as right before they handed the ball off, Van Meter just said, okay, we're going to send a whole new group out there except for Avery Banks. So Rosic, Thummel, Hoganson, and Heyer back out there, the starters for Van Meter. Thummel just tries to clear out space. Rosic, right wing three. And Rosic knocks down her third triple of the quarter. Knocked it down from long range, and Van Meter back up by 10, 29-19 at the break. We'll go ahead and step away. We'll be back and continue the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard when we return here on KNIA, KRLS.com, and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Again, Van Meter 29, Pella Christian 19 at the break. Pella Christian 19 at the break.
The new year often brings colder temperatures to Iowa, which means snow and ice. Even though we work hard to keep the lights on, sometimes Mother Nature has a plan in store. If your power goes out, please give us a call to let us know and then hang tight while we fix power lines. If there is a large storm, follow us on Facebook for power restoration updates. And remember to stay away from any down lines outside. Assume it's live and not safe. Looking out for you, we're Pella Cooperative Electric.
Hey, it's Tegan at O'Rourke Ford Lincoln. Our year-end event is on, and we've got real 0% APR financing on some of our most popular Ford and Lincoln models. Get 0% for 60 months on F-150, Explorer, and Escape, and 0% for 48 months on Lincoln models such as Nautilus, Aviator, and Corsair. These deals end soon. Stop in today or visit O'RourkeFord.com.
Not all buyers will qualify for Ford Credit APR financing. 60 months at $1667 per month per 1,000 finance. 48 months at $2083 per month per 1,000 finance. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by 1/5/26.
Mama and Dad are going to love this. Pingle's Home Store has appliances now. Refrigerators, washers, dryers, everything for our house. And Pingle's still has the best stuff for kitchens, bathrooms, living rooms, and bedrooms too. New appliances and the same great service. Awesome!
Now at Pingle's Home Store, top brand appliances, refrigerators, washers, dryers, and more. Pingle's Home Store is now your appliance headquarters too.
So I'm pregnant and I'm excited, but wow, there's so much to think about. Prenatal, delivery, breastfeeding.
That's exactly how I felt with my first and why I chose Pella Regional. Their family birthing center is amazing. Private suites, cozy recovery spaces, even a dedicated OR for C-sections if you need it. Plus, support before and after that makes you feel taken care of.
Wow, and that's all right here in South Central Iowa?
Yes, of course it's here. Pella Regional Health Center is truly unmatched. Explore for yourself at pellahealth.org/baby.
Welcome back here to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, there no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. At the break, Pella Christian 19, Van Meter 29, 7:35 to go before we return here. And a rough start here for the Eagles offensively. Just never didn't feel like they ever got a consistent flow going in this one. And then on the backside of that defensively, you kind of tell the Eagles moving to the zone without Bryn Runner in the lineup tonight, who's on her trip for Winterim. The zone, it's not something they've gone to often this season. Just kind of felt like something that they're not 100% comfortable with yet, Mike.
Yeah, they definitely kept us out of rhythm for the better part of that second half or first half. Late in the second quarter, we did have a little bit of a run there to get it back to 7, and felt like we had a little bit of consistency going on. But yeah, they're just systematically, there's certain things that they're trying to do, and they're dictating that, I think, both on the offensive end, and then they're controlling us a little bit too much on the defensive end. A lot of it just comes down to basic pressure, on-ball pressure, and we're making some errant passes, and sometimes to the inside the zone. We're just making it a little hard on our girls inside to even try to get the hands on the ball. And so give Van Meter credit for the things they're doing, but we're still in it. I mean, a couple possessions on both ends of the court, and this game is tied. So still easily a winnable game. We just got to come out and play with a little more confidence and a little more skill about what we're trying to accomplish.
Absolutely. I would agree with what you're saying there, Mike. And Garrett, I mean, as we talk about this game, I mean, it's been, as we mentioned, it's just been kind of a struggle on the offensive end of the floor. We talked about it, the keys to the game there. The first quarter, or the second quarter, the Eagles found more success on the offensive end of the floor. Conversely, it was less turnovers there. Only 3 turnovers in the second quarter. They had 7 in that first quarter. But then on the defensive end of the floor, as we kind of mentioned, just some lapses there. We talk about the deep three. Obviously, you're not necessarily expecting someone to stay about 5 feet behind the line and knock down the shot with 2 seconds left. But, that's the case there. It's just right now some good looks for Van Meter going their way. Some good looks for Pella Christian not necessarily going theirs.
Yeah, I think to Mr. Buchheit's point, they're loading up the paint when we're getting any high-low looks or anything. And I think the result of that is we didn't have a 3 until – a minute to go in the half. So when you don't shoot them out of that, there's no reason for them to stop, and I just think it's making it really hard on our posts to get clean looks off. And when they do, we had a little success down there. Even when they didn't make it, we had some good good looks that he hoped to convert on, but it didn't happen, which kind of kept us out of a flow. And obviously the turnovers, you look at that, 10, that's too many. Better second quarter, but you can't get any offensive rhythm when you've got that many.
Absolutely, and I look at it here from the standpoint of kind of like you guys are talking about there. I think you both bring up great points there. The big thing for me is I almost go to kind of what Garrett said there. Pella Christian, it felt like, they're a team that they want to play inside, and most of their opponents know they want to play through the inside. The Eagles, they've only attempted a handful of threes, as you're seeing right now on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. If you're not seeing it, they've got 7 3-pointers attempted. They've only made one of them, as Garrett alluded to. That was late in the quarter. So they can kind of, they're collapsing in. They're making it difficult to get the ball into the post. They're making those shots difficult around the post. Eagles they're going to have to knock down some shots from the perimeter and kind of force Van Meter's hand and try to get them out of it.
Well, and I don't want to put this on one girl, but Jessa DeVries is one of them, and she's unfortunately was held scoreless in the first half. She's very, very capable. She's one of our best shooters from the perimeter. Probably needs to be taken, letting that fly a little bit more and taking those shots and getting some confidence around what she's doing. That'll open things up on the inside, like Garrett was sharing as well.
Absolutely. Let's go inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber, and we'll start with Van Meter here. Well, I'll start us off with the scoring breakdown here. And it was 13 for Avery Banks in the first half. Sorry, 11 for Avery Banks in the first half. There we go. I thought I had that right. Scoreboard messed me up there. I looked up for a second. Avery Banks had 13. Alex Hoganson had 1. Ella Rosic had 9. Lydia Thummel had 2. Aniston Netton had 1. Ivy Vaught had 3. That's the scoring for Van Meter. For Pella Christian, 4 points apiece for Rachel Kekmarinsky, Addie Van Arendonk, and Ava Breams. 3 points for Elena Hertigan, and then 2 points apiece for Sophia Slachter and Chloe Nickel. That is inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber. Garrett, what do you got for inside the numbers over there?
I've got a few rebounds. Rachel Cax got 5 unofficially. She got a couple O boards, and when you look at it, I don't have Van Meter getting very many offensive rebounds, so the Eagles are doing a nice job there. Got a lot of spread out rebounding by the Eagles, which is good to see. Get everybody involved there.
There we go. Mike, I know you keep track of some stats. What do you got to add?
My bag of popcorn's still 2/3 full. That's the only that's the only stat I got. Sorry.
No, I love
My New Year's resolution should have been keeping better stats for Tyler Crabb. But
no, I absolutely love that. That is the best. I mean, honestly, who cares what stats we have? We got 2/3 a bag of popcorn. That is the best stat you're going to hear all season, folks. I love that. That is awesome. That's inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets gig. Join today at PellaFiber.com. Second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service, as we kind of alluded to. Eagles got to find a way offensively to kind of shoot their way out of the inside pressure that Van Meter has applied to their offense on the other end of the floor. Eagles, whether they are in zone, whether they're in man, they have to find a way to slow down Van Meter, because right now it feels like every time they get a little bit of a run, Van Meter immediately finds an answer. And those are our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. If it's time for a new garage door for your home or business, stop and see the gurus of garage doors at their new showroom at 908 Roosevelt Road, just west of Pella Christian High School. Real quick, I'll look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard to kind of wrap that up. And we started off with a Pingles Home Store Inter radio update. Pella 81, Knoxville 59 in boys basketball. That's a final. Pella getting a commanding win, the top 10 win there. Battle of top 10 teams tonight between the Dutch and the Panthers. Knoxville knocked them off for like the first time in 20 years last season. And Pella got their measure of revenge this year with the commanding win there. Pella girls basketball team made it a sweep tonight over Knoxville. They defeated the Panthers 80-6. Indianola girls basketball fell to Carlisle 53-49. And the Indianola boys lead Carlisle 19-8 at the end of the first quarter. That is the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. You've been listening to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show for tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart and Pella. And we are back to the second half here inside the Element Siding and Windows radio broadcast booth. Avery Banks starting things off for Van Meter. Swinging the ball around the top of the key. Ball to Rosic. She'll kick it to the corner. Looking inside for Thummel. Ball goes inside for Thummel now, and Thummel powers her way up and over the top of Kekmarinsky, and Van Arendonk lays it in, and Van Meter goes back ahead by 12, 31-19. 7.5 to play in the third quarter. Van Arendonk gives it to Nickel. Nickel to Slaughter. Back to Nickel. To Van Arendonk. Ball got knocked away by Thummel. Jessica DeVries drives, kicks it back to Nickel. Nickel runner too strong. Rebounded by Avery Banks. Banks kicks it to Heyer. Heyer left alone. Left wing three off the back iron. Rebounded by Kekmarinsky. Jump ball called, but I think it was Slaughter and Kekmarinsky who had it. But regardless, it'll be Eagles basketball. You just lose the possession arrow. That's the only downside there. So Chloe Nickel bringing it up for the Eagles. Gives it up to Jessica DeVries on the left side of the 10-foot volleyball line. Now Slaughter over to the right wing for Nickel. Down low, nice feed to Kekmarinsky. And fouled by Alex Hoganson, her first, team's first. And Kekmarinsky knocks down the first free throw. I'm going to change one of our sponsors slightly here. Instead of who's always open, what's always open. Rachel Kekmarinsky getting to the free throw line. She's gotten to the line. Now this is her second trip, and she is, say now she's 4 for 4. Didn't want to jinx it before she shot that one. That's who's always open / what's always open, presented by Anytime Fitness, the 24/7 gym that fits your lifestyle, your fitness, your way. Anytime Fitness. Van Meter with the basketball. They'll swing it around up top between Banks, Heyer, and Rosic. Now it's Rosic, right wing three. And Ella Rosic continues a hot night from behind the arc as she knocks down her 4th three of the game on 5 shot attempts. And it's now a 34-21 Van Meter lead with 6:09 to go in the third quarter. Sophia Slaughter to DeVries in the right corner. Cross-court pass to Chloe Nickel. Nickel drives, kicks to Kekmarinsky. Kekmarinsky, first shot no good, and fouled on the floor on the follow-up. Fouled by Hoganson, who quickly just picked up her second, and second on the quarter for Van Meter.
Well, I almost hope we continue to see Rachel navigate into the lane because she's just so powerful inside the lane.
Yeah, Kekmarinsky turnaround shot no good there. And in transition, Avery Banks able to get it to Rosic. Over to Heyer. Thought about the three, instead goes mid-range, short corner for Hoganson, who's off the mark on the shot, and Van Arendonk able to secure the rebound. Kekmarinsky to Van Arendonk to the corner. Chloe Nickel going to try the three. And that one rattles home.
Gets the favorable bounce. Nice shot.
Little
nice
hometown cooking on the rim.
Yep.
Avery Banks gets it across half court and goes to Rosic. Now Heyer. She was looking for Banks. Kekmarinsky there to take it away. Slaughter to Kekmarinsky, but the Eagles turn it over there. As now Hoganson goes to the basket and is fouled by Slaughter.
Ay. Just got to slow things down a little bit and take care of the ball. Doing these 2-foot passes into pressure.
Yeah, Eagles got going moving just a little too fast. Hoganson
That was a
at the
big
line.
steal. Got it to 10. Could have got it to single digits, unfortunately.
Yeah, Hoganson makes the first free throw. Ivy Vaught coming in for Macy Heyer. Second free throw's off the mark. And Thummel couldn't secure the offensive rebound.
Might have got away with a little over the back there.
Yeah, Nickel and Slaughter check out of the game as Ashlyn Vermeer and Ava Breams return. So 35-24, Van Meter leads Pella Christian, 4:55 to go in the third quarter. That's a game reset wired by Center Point Electric. Jessica DeVries stuck with it on the right wing. Now Addie Van Arendonk able to find Rachel Kegmarinsky. Ava Breams going to step out.
She loves that shot, doesn't she?
Yes, she does. She knocks down the 10-footer from the left wing.
She's even a little flat-footed when she does it, just nice and smooth and wide open.
Hoganson inside for Thummel. Thummel tried to clear out space.
Good defense
but
there
great
by
defense
Rachel.
by Rachel Kegmarinsky. And the Eagles now pushing in transition as Jessica DeVries finds Ashlyn Vermeer. Vermeer drives. Kegmarinsky.
Oh, same
short
spot.
corner
Shoot
for
that.
Breams. Down low for Van Arendonk. Count the bucket and the foul. Fouled by Ivy Vaught. And Van Arendonk will go to the line and try to complete the three-point play. Into the game for Van Meter. Aniston Netton checks in for Hoganson. And Callie Hindy in for Thummel.
It's taking a lot of energy to get this back close, so we just need to just keep pace with him here yet for a bit.
Van Arendonk's free throw. 2 bounces off the rim, not enough to get it to fall down. Ella Rosic, transition 3, and Ella Rosic cannot miss tonight from behind the arc.
She's got a nice looking shot. Good follow through, and
yeah, 38-28. Van Meter back on top by 10 with 3:55 to go in the third quarter. Casey Mister presented by the Veterinarians of Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Ella Rosic having an unbelievable shooting night as Van Meter ahead by 10. As Ashlyn Vermeer drives to the basket. And a regrettable foul there, admittedly, by Ella Rosic, who we were just talking about. She picked up the fourth foul on Van Meter in the corner. And the second foul of the game for her is Vermeer was stuck underneath the basket. Again, that's in case you missed it, presented by the Veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
And Vermeer will make the first free throw. Bengals Home Store Instant Radio update. Indianola 37, Carlisle 29 in boys basketball at the half. And Vermeer goes 2 of 2 at the line. So Pella Christian back within single digits, 38-30, 3:35 to go in the third quarter. Rosic, right wing 3.
oh man, she was setting up the whole time, just waiting for that ball to get in her hands.
Yeah, John Mum going to take a full Pella Motors timeout. Disappointed there, I think, by the lack of urgency to find the shooter on the right wing. As Coach Mum looking for answers. Van Meter back ahead by 11. That'll take us into a look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard here. Pella Christian trailing Van Meter 41-30 with 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Pella with a sweep over Knoxville tonight. The girls team winning 80-6. Boys team winning 81-59. Indianola girls fall to Carlisle 49-53. Indianola boys lead 37-29 over Carlisle at halftime. That is a look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. And here inside the Element Siding and Windows radio broadcast booth, Tyler Crabb, Mike Bouquet, Garrett Wheeler here with you in the Pella Motors timeout. At Pella Motors, you're going to drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. As the horn sounds, the Eagles going to have to find a way to slow down the sharp-shooting Ella Rosic, who is now up to 18 points for Van Meter tonight after knocking down her 6th 3 of the game.
Wow. All of her points off of the three-point line.
Well, think about this, too. She's made 6 3-pointers. She's attempted 7 total shots tonight.
She's got a good-looking shot. I think he spent most of our time out there talking about Rosic.
Yeah, Addie Van Arendonk over to Ava Breams. Ava Breams, short corner jumper. Left that short, hesitated for a moment before letting that one go. And now in transition, Avery Banks will kick it out. Aniston Netton for 3. That one off the mark and knocked out of bounds by Hindy. for Netton. She's attempted 3 shots tonight, 1 in each quarter, and all of them have been off the mark. Jessica DeVries, the right wing for Kegmarinsky. Inside for Van Arendonk as the double team comes. As Kegmarinsky finds Ava Breams at the free throw line. She missed the jumper. Kegmarinsky got the board. DeVries drives. And a blocking foul called on Van Meter, who vehemently disagreed with that one. As Netton is called for the blocking foul. It's her second, team's 5th.
Maybe Jessica can see one go through and get going here and get her hand in the scoring column.
Yeah, that would be a welcome sight. And as we say, that first free throw rolls off the front of the rim. A tough break.
Here it comes. This is the start.
You know what it was, too, as you said that Jessa makes the free throw. I see our other Winterim student here,
just feed
Julia
her.
Schmalks, over there with the camera.
Yes.
So we've got both Winterim students here. Now Ava Breams forces a Van Meter turnover. Jessa DeVries bringing it up here for the Eagles. Finds Addie Van Arendonk. Tried to get it to Rachel Kegmarinsky. Now the double team. And now Kegmarinsky able to get the basketball. Kegmarinsky to Ashlyn Vermeer. Three-pointer from the left wing. Big bucket there by Ashlyn Vermeer. Pella Christian trailing 41-34, 2:13 to go in the third quarter. Up top, Avery Banks, deep three, off the back iron, and off the strap up top. It'll be a team rebound for the Eagles. And Elena Hertigan back into the game for Ashlyn Vermeer. Hertigan had the lone 3 of the first half for Pella Christian.
Still like to see Jessa just move a little bit more off the ball to get open for some shots.
Yeah, Jessa DeVries up top to Ava Breams. Breams over the top looking for Van Arendonk, and Van Arendonk could not save that ball from going out of bounds. Feed just a little too strong from Breams. Over the top, and Avery Banks in transition quickly. Ella Rosic wide open left wing. And that one
almost banked in.
Yeah, just about banked it in, but in transition, Kegmarinsky not going to be stopped as she'll go to the basket, and the Eagles are back within 5, 41-36, a minute 35 to go in the third quarter.
Stay out on Rosic.
And a Pella Motors timeout going to be taken by Van Meter as the Eagles have got some momentum rolling here. Feels like for the first time tonight, the Eagles have been able to get a sustained stretch of momentum here as we get a full Pella Motors timeout by Van Meter. And, I mean, you know, kudos to the Eagle girls tonight. They've had some rough moments in this game where I had some chances for Van Meter to really let this thing get out of hand. You know, with turnovers, different things like that. And the Eagles have continued to just kind of weather the storm. They've continued to kind of hang close, and they've given themselves a chance here getting ready to go into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they're not dominating us. It's just a couple stops on both ends of the court, and we get in some sequences and some runs where we're doing it on both ends, and then unfortunately they've been dropping a lot of threes, but beyond that, it's actually felt like we played a little more even with them in the second half compared to the first half. It just felt like we couldn't get in a rhythm. So
well, it helps to get in a rhythm when Rosic finally misses, and Banks before that.
Yeah. I mean, they have not. Banks has had a few more misses tonight because she's also taken some tougher looks. Rosic has primarily just gotten pretty clean looks from the wing. Banks has made some contested drives here, but Banks will set up the Van Meter offense.
Zone out of the timeout.
Yeah, zone, and Hoganson got a clean layup and bricked it. And Kegmarinsky racing ahead. Double team comes, able to get it to Hertigan up top. Hertigan looks to drive, and Banks is there to poke it away.
You're not going to outrun Rachel.
Not going to outrun Rachel, but Banks did her best to keep up and draws the foul on Kegmarinsky.
It's only her second foul. It's a good contested shot.
And only the second on the Eagles in the quarter compared to Van Meter's in the bonus. In terms of their foul count, Banks makes the first free throw. Up to a 6-point game. And Banks is good on both. 43-36, Van Meter leads Pella Christian. 1:04 to go in the third quarter. Jessica DeVries to the left wing for Rachel Kegmarinsky. Now Ava Breams with it. Breams defended by Thummel, able to get it to Hertigan. Rosic got a tip on the ball for the moment. Hertigan inside to Van Arendonk. Back out to Hertigan. Cross court to Kegmarinsky. Kegmarinsky drives to the basket and gets the lay-in to go. And then Van Meter's going to throw the ball away.
Right at her, Jessa.
Jessa DeVries in transition. Count the bucket and the foul. The Eagles capitalizing on a Van Meter mistake. They're within 3, make it 43-40, 34.7 to go in the third quarter. DeVries at the line for a chance for the three-point play. Chloe Nicholin for Elena Hertigan. Hoganson checks out of the game for Van Meter as Aniston Netton checks in.
Lena Hertigan's given some good minutes tonight. When she's been in there, there's been a lot of success. It's not all her, but it's just when she's been on the court, there's been positive things happening.
Yeah, DeVries makes the free throw, and it's a 2-point game. Van Meter 43, Pella Christian 41, 25 seconds to go in the third. Ivy Vaught on the left wing to Netton. Out to the right wing, three-pointer from Ella Rosic. Every time the Eagles get a momentum, or a burst of momentum, there's Ella Rosic to answer. 46-41 Van Meter with 6 seconds to go in the third quarter. Rachel Kegmarinsky to Chloe Nickel to Jessa DeVries. Over to the right wing, Chloe Nickel, three-pointer, left it just short. So Pella Christian doing a great job to weather the storm. They've pulled it within 5 at the end of the third quarter. Van Meter 46, Pella Christian 41. We have 8 minutes to go when we return inside the Element Siding Windows radio broadcast booth on KNIA-KRLS.com and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
When you're cooking or doing meal prep in your kitchen, do you find that there are shadows or dark spots on the counter that make it hard to read recipes or even see exactly what you're doing? At Centerpoint Electric, we're here to help with any electrical problem you have, big or small. Let us install LED under cabinet lighting that will give you direct illumination where it's needed so you can cook with ease. Plus, it's more efficient and it looks cool too. Check us out online at centerpoint-electric.com. We're wired for excellence.
CPAs are known for doing things by the numbers, but the accountants at Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, Nickel go beyond the numbers. They are committed to their clients to bring the best advice at competitive prices to ensure that you get the best service to meet your needs. They'll stand behind you in case you would ever need help, unlike most of the do-it-yourself tax services, with year-round advice for any life changes that may happen. And if you're unhappy with your current service, they are accepting new clients with a smooth and seamless transition.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel.
Welcome back here on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. It is Van Meter 46, Pella Christian 41 as Van Meter misses the first shot there on the other side of the quarter break. Netton was the one who missed it, and it's Jessa DeVries on the right wing, defended by Vaught. Able to get it to Chloe Nickel, and I think Coach Mum kind of sensed some danger there and called a 30-second Pella Motors timeout. Gives us a chance to look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard for the last official time here tonight. It doesn't mean we won't look at it, but again, it's Van Meter 46, Pella Christian 41. 7.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Pella sweeping a doubleheader against Knoxville. The girls basketball team winning 80-6. The Pella boys winning 81-59. Indianola girls basketball falls to Carlisle 49-53. Indianola boys basketball falls to Carlisle 37-29. That is the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. In case you missed it, presented by the Veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. The Eagles primarily down between 10 and 12 points for a large majority of the first half. Much better third quarter, pulled it within 5. That's in case you missed it, presented by the Veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
Out of the timeout, Rachel Kegmarinsky baseline drives, left corner 3 for Chloe Nickel, off the mark, and it's a travel by Vaught there, who threw it ahead to nobody, and then recognized that Pella Christian was about to get the ball, and went and picked it up herself, and that's a no-no. So Jessica DeVries will bring it up. Van Meter back to the 1-2-2 defense here. There's Rachel Kegmarinsky over to Jessica DeVries. Up top for Addie Van Arendonk. Cross court, Ava Breams. In the corner with it, but Rachel Kegmarinsky whistled for 3 seconds in the lane. Game reset wired by Centerpoint Electric. 41-46. Pella Christian trails Van Meter. 7:03 to go in the fourth quarter. Up top, Ivy Vaught. And the Eagles are going to poke it away. And Aniston Netton's going to be whistled for her third foul. First of the quarter. As the Eagles forced a turnover. Substitution, Valerie Rosener into the game for Netton. And Pella Christian with the chance to cut this lead back down to 2 or 3.
Sooner than later would be best here.
Yeah, it's Chloe Nickel to Addie Van Arendonk over to DeVries. Double team had come. Nickel to Van Arendonk.
Find DeVries.
Back to Nickel.
Shoot it, shoot it.
DeVries right wing 3 out the front of the rim, but Ava Breams down with the board. Cross court ball finds Chloe Nickel. She'll drive to the basket.
Left hand
finish for Chloe Nickel is
nice
a big
move.
46-43. Pella Christian trailing Van Meter now. 6:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Avery Banks up top. 3-pointer from Rosner is short, rebounded by Breams. And DeVries pushing in transition, finds Nickel in the corner. She'll find a wide open Addie Van Arendonk under the basket. And Addie Van Arendonk pulls Pella Christian within 1. 46-45, 5:55 to go in the fourth quarter.
You see playing with some confidence.
That they are. Rachel Kegmarinsky forces the turnover.
Dunk it.
On the other end, Kegmarinsky will lay it in. And for the first time since the beginning of the first quarter, the Eagles hold a lead, 47-46, 5:42 to go in the fourth quarter. How about another Randall Roofing raise the roof moment of the game as the Eagles force a 14th Van Meter turnover, and Kegmarinsky pays it off, giving the Eagles their first lead since it was, I think it was 2-0, right? I want to say we had a 2-0 lead in this one, and then Van Meter hit a 3 to respond. I could be wrong on that. I'd have to go back and check the tapes, but it's either that or we have not led in this game tonight for Pella Christian.
I don't remember us leading, so maybe it was 2-0.
As I say, I mean, if anything, I mean, that's such a long time ago, who remembers? But the Eagles, a resilient effort here tonight, Garrett Wheeler.
Absolutely. Nice little production there by Chloe Nickel to give us a little spark. And Van Arendonk, she's been good. Getting some nice rebounds from Ava Breams. That's been big.
Yeah. And
it's
Rachel
coming from a lot of different directions,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's not just one single player, so that's what's even more fun about it.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, I mean, we talk about it. I kind of talked about it there early in the third quarter. Rachel Kegmarinsky just was not necessarily getting some of the same shots to go down that she had gotten to go down early in the season. She's finally starting to get some of those shots to fall. On the other end, Ivy Vaught and Avery Banks setting up the Van Meter offense. Banks able to get it to Vaught inside. And Van Meter, 3 in the key. 15th turnover for the Bulldogs tonight. Solid defensive effort there as Rosener comes out of the game and Aniston Netton back in.
I'm entertained by Van Meter's coach.
I was going to say the same thing.
It's Jessica DeVries with the basketball to the left wing for Ava Breams. Now right side for Rachel Kegmarinsky. Kegmarinsky turnaround shot, no good. Gets her own miss, goes to the basket. Ball poked away. Ava Breams left corner 3. Off the mark, but Addie Van Arendonk
nice pass.
Rachel Kegmarinsky, who pays it off.
What a pass by Van Arendonk under pressure to see that little bounce pass to Kegmarinsky.
Absolutely. It's 49-46. Pella Christian with the lead. 4:49 to go in the fourth quarter. 4:45 to go.
Oh, yeah, coming out at her.
Rosic inside for Thummel. Her shot too strong. And a double dribble there by Aniston Netton results in a turnover. That's going to be one of the more unique defensive plays you're going to see all season long there. Great replay here from our crew, our video crew, showing the last play that resulted in the layup for Rachel Kegmarinsky there. But Ava Breams using her back to defend Thummel and keep her from scoring there.
There you go.
Chloe Nickel. And a really tough break there for Rachel Kegmarinsky. Nickel was, I don't even know that she was trying to necessarily throw the ball, but she was trying to power through the defense and I think lost the grip of the ball.
Yeah,
it ended up in the hands of Avery Banks, and Rachel Kegmarinsky just happened to be an innocent bystander running into her basically for the foul.
Got to stay out on one.
Yep, Ivy Vaught gonna drive in. Mid-range jumper, left it short.
Hold it.
Ava Breams tried to get it to Jessa DeVries, and it's an Eagles turnover there.
Now the pressure's on them. We got to take care of the ball. Not that we didn't before, but.
Yeah, Avery Banks to the baseline drive, kicks to Ivy Vaught, now Rosic.
You can just see Van Meter playing under pressure now. They're just forcing stuff.
Yeah, Banks drives and a really late whistle. Really late whistle on Ava Breams. Banks went to the basket. Breams blocked it, grabbed it, and turned around and looked to pass before the whistle came in.
Well, PC just needs to match their intensity now. Their intensity has changed quite a bit here in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, Banks good on the first free throw here. 3:58 to go in the fourth quarter. And Banks off the front of the rim.
Take care of
Chloe
it.
Nickel able to get it to Jessa DeVries there. DeVries dribbled it off of her knee, but able to keep the possession alive and able to find Chloe Nickel. Slow things down for a moment.
Take care of the ball.
Ava Breams at the free throw line. Was looking for Addie Van Arendonk, but threw it right into the arms of Ivy Vaught. Rosic, Avery Banks, right wing three off the back iron. Rebounded by Chloe Nickel.
Look at her.
Oh, she missed Rachel Kegmarinsky down low there. But Jessa DeVries will set up Pella Christian offensively.
It's a pretty important sequence here. We've held this lead just long enough. We need to separate it here a little bit.
Yeah, Addie Van Arendonk up top for Chloe Nickel. Nickel to Van Arendonk. Van Arendonk looking to drive the right side. Tough shot, rolls off the front of the rim, no good. And it's 49-47. Rosic, cross court. Ivy Vaught, right wing three, off back iron. Rebounded by Rachel Kegmarinsky and fouled by Van Meter. Ella Rosic picking up her third foul, team's second.
Does anybody relax when they just see Rachel Kegmarinsky within 3 to 4 feet of the ball? It's like she's going to take care of this ball. Or if there's a little bit of a lost ball, she's going to still get a hand on it. She's just so athletic and quick.
Absolutely right. Jessa DeVries getting the inbound as Hindi came back into the game for Thummel. DeVries over the top to Rachel Kegmarinsky. Oh, and Kegmarinsky threw it away.
She touched it.
Netton got a hand on it. Referee almost signaled Van Meter ball.
Man, they got 4 girls up high. We got girls wide open under the basket. We got to quit trying to cross-court path us.
Yep, and Kegmarinsky's inbounds pass got knocked out of bounds by Netton. Kegmarinsky signaling to the rest of the Eagles players they might have to come up there a little bit, kind of help. And inbound will go to Chloe Nickel in the backcourt. Nickel.
Got time.
Doubled. Able to get it to Jessa DeVries. Nice job by DeVries into the lane.
And a girl,
Jessa DeVries gets the runner to go. 51-47. Pella Christian leads it. 2:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Avery Banks on the other end. Shot blocked by Ava Breams. And they save Pella Christian ball.
Off of 32's hand there.
Say it was a close play, but it goes to the Eagles. Kegmarinsky trying to inbound it, and able to get it into Jessa DeVries.
Up 4. This is an important possession here. They get this up the court.
DeVries over the top to Kegmarinsky. Now ahead to DeVries.
Even if they just
DeVries drives, finds Ava Breams.
Don't force it.
Breams nearly lost it. Up top, it's Kegmarinsky driving right corner. Jessa DeVries, 3!
And a girl. That's the girl you want to find.
Randa Roofing, raise the roof moment of the game.
Those
as
are
Jessa DeVries
9
puts
big
Pella
points
Christian
by her.
up 7.
I'll wait here.
54-47. Vaught drives to the basket, shot no good, rebounded by Van Arendonk. Jessa DeVries with it, and John Mumm wants a timeout.
That may have been the dagger there by Jessa hitting that three.
How about it? Pella Christian all night long.
I mean, we're only up 7, but it feels like 17 after battling the way back into this thing.
Well, think about it. We were down at halftime. You're down 10.
I know.
So you're outscoring them by 17 here in the second half.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, that's. I mean, and you know, this is no. This I'm going to say this. It's no fault of the girls. I'm not putting any fault on them. The second halves have kind of been the bugaboo for this team for the better part of a year and a half now. I mean, it feels like the first halves are usually really strong, and then the offense kind of fades down the stretch of games. Really nice to kind of see that flipped here tonight, especially your first game out of the break, where we talked about it. It might take a couple quarters to get your legs back under you, get used to being in the flow of competition again. They're finding their stride here in the second half as you're listening to Pella Christian Basketball powered by Bank Iowa on the KRLS2 stream at KNIAKRLS.com. Knoxville, Pella Newton, and the KRLS HD2, Knoxville, Pella Newton.
Well, it's 5-3 team. They're scratching their way to try to get their 6th win.
Absolutely right. What an effort here by this Eagles squad. On the court for Pella Christian is Kekmarinsky, Nickel, DeVries, Breams, and Van Arendonk. For Van Meter, it's Banks, Rosic, Netton, Hindi, and Vaught, excuse me. So Pella Christian threw it away on the press break. Three-pointer was missed by Rosic, but the long offensive rebound went out to Van Meter, and Rachel Kekmarinsky kicked the ball out of bounds. A minute and a half to go. Pella Christian with a 54-47 lead. Ivy Vaught's pass got tipped right back to her there. Chloe Nickel didn't see it. Rosic, a deep three from the left wing.
You knew she was going to shoot it. You just got to come out and guard it.
Yeah, Jessa DeVries pushes into the front court, and Rosic takes it away from her. There, and now Vaught in transition.
She'll pull up against Rachel Kack, which she does.
Gonna find Rosic and Jessa DeVries. I'm gonna say this.
Hey, that was a left-hand block.
That might be career block 1. I don't know if I've ever seen Jessa
block 1 with her
shot.
left hand.
Absolutely love that.
That might have been the play of the game.
She's made a couple of those. 54-50. Rosic down low, nearly fell out of bounds. Ivy Vaught to Hindi, over to Avery Banks. Banks over to Vaught. Back to Banks. Banks, three-pointer from the left wing. Too strong. And Jessa DeVries whistled for a push. That'll be her third. Team second.
Is that shooting?
No, it's going to be a push on the rebound. So Eagles still have 2 fouls to give, I think, before. Pella Motors timeout taken by Van Meter here with 53.9 seconds to play. Pingle's Home Store Insta Radio update. Van Meter, or Indianola 48, Carlisle 40 in boys basketball. And again, Pella Christian outscoring Van Meter here in the fourth quarter, 15-4. No, my math stinks. 13-4. I'm not good at math. We'll just put it that way. But one of these days, maybe. One of these days, maybe we'll get good at math.
Well, I think this is a possession that could decide the game here. But
yeah, 53.9 seconds to go. We'll see what Van Meter drew up out of the timeout. They drew up a three for Ella Rosic, left wing, off the front iron. Chloe Nickel with a rebound, but a jump ball going to be called, I think, and it will go to Pella Christian. So a big break there is Ella Rosic with one of her rare misses from three-point range tonight. Right. Now the Eagles got to get the ball into the front court successfully here. Kekmarinsky to inbound, able to get it to Jessa DeVries. DeVries able to get it to Nickel.
Pulled out.
Down low for Van Arendonk. Able to get it to DeVries.
Come to the ball.
And
timeout.
Quick timeout taken by John Mumm. Pella Motors timeout there. And a good one at that. Jessa DeVries being hounded there in the corner, ensuring that the possession stayed with the Eagles there and didn't result in a tie-up or anything like that. So 38.8 seconds to go. And Coach Mumm going to talk things over. Van Meter also going to set up their defensive pressure here, down by 4. For starters, first thing, most important thing is get the ball in within the 5 seconds. Second thing, control the ball. You have 25 seconds on the shot clock, 38 seconds left in the game. You don't have to rush a shot here.
Yeah, I think the pressure is going to come a little tighter right now. They're going to certainly continue to trap like they've been doing, but they don't get it on the initial trap. I'm guessing they're probably going to foul.
Yeah.
And send us to the line. But
well,
we got 2 team fouls. Or no, yeah, 2 team fouls. So they got to give 3 fouls before they can put us on the line. But so we just got to be strong with the ball.
Exactly. So that's where it's like if you're Pella Christian right now, the only thing you cannot do in this situation is turn it over. So you have to be strong with the ball, as you're saying there. Rachel Kegmarinsky able to get it into the backcourt for Jessa DeVries. DeVries able to take time, and now Banks is going to be whistled for the reach. It's going to be the second foul on Banks, third on Van Meter.
Banks got some quickness with her footwork, so she's a handful for Jessa there. Jessa doing a nice job.
Yeah, inbound's going to go to Chloe Nickel this time. Nickel tripped.
Oh, Chloe.
Van Meter fans don't like the call there against Hire, but we'll see the replay here. Yeah, Nickel had the stab, no legal guarding position for Hire.
31.5, so continue to take care of the ball here.
They called the foul on the wrong girl
there.
Inbound
Nice
goes to Addie Van Arendonk, who's able to secure it across half court, and fouled by Avery Vaught.
That was number 5.
Got to be careful throwing those elbows.
Yeah.
I appreciate how strong she was with the ball, but
yeah, it's going to send Van Arendonk to the line there.
I
think the good part is she didn't connect with any of the elbows there.
Yep.
Vaught did a good job of avoiding those, which
any
saved
additional
Van Arendonk.
points here are huge.
First free throw, nothing but net for Addie Van Arendonk. Pella Christian 55, Van Meter 50, 27.9 seconds to go. Hire checking back out of the game. And Van Arendonk is true on the second free throw, 56-50 on the other end. Avery Banks up top for Vaught, over to Hindi. Now Rosic off of the screen.
Oh, she walked.
And she did. Rosic picked up the pivot foot. Pella Christian basketball, 16.3 seconds to go. Eagles lead by 6. Van Meter setting up their full court pressure yet again.
She was used to being too wide open in the first half. A little pressure, she took an extra step trying to create something for her team.
They basically had Chloe face Carter there. I watched Mom call it out.
Yeah, Jessa DeVries gets the inbound pass. Throwing over to Chloe Nickel. And knocked out of bounds by Van Meter. 8.7 seconds to play. Rachel the inbounder here. Able to get it to Chloe Nickel.
We want Rachel shooting free throws.
To Rachel Kegmarinsky. And a push called on Van Meter. On the sideline with 2.9 seconds to go. Kegmarinsky going to go to the line. But that is going to be all she wrote. Is Netton picks up her 4th foul. 2.9 seconds to go. All Kegmarinsky, I mean, if she puts up one more point, it's ball game.
Yeah.
She's able to make one of them. I mean, at this point,
it's ball game.
It's ball game. I would be shocked if you can get 6 points in 2.9 seconds if you're Van Meter, but you never know. But regardless, Kegmarinsky makes one of them, it's over. She missed the first one. And there's the second one. That will do it. As Avery Banks will put up the full court heave from the volleyball line. It is short, Pella Christian comes back, and they are now 6-3. So not only is this the first time they had a winning record at the break, but they've now doubled up the wins to the losses ratio. That's a great feeling, Mr. Mike Bouquet.
Yeah, I mean, 6-3, you got to like that. You got to treasure and value every chance you can get a W, and this was a good come-from-behind win for the PC Eagles.
We're going to go ahead and take a timeout. We'll be back with the Scooters Coffee Radio postgame show after this on KNIA-KRLS.com and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
Steel deserve respect. At Vermeer, they're hiring welders, level 1, 2, and 3. From big, complex machines to compact pedestrian equipment, Vermeer Iron takes all kinds of skills. They train. You grow. Your pay grows too. This is where your welding career starts, and they help you build it. Join the second or third shift crew and be part of something tough. Visit VermeerJobs.com or text 641-900-6178. Hearthstone and Pella is looking for an assistant director of nursing to partner with their director of nursing and oversee the dedicated team at the cottages. If you have previous leadership experience and would like your voice heard, this position might be for you. Compensation includes a $5,000 sign-on bonus, full benefits including health, dental, and vision insurance, 401k, and generous PTO. To learn more or to apply for the Assistant Director of Nursing, visit wesleylife.org/Hearthstone and click Join Our Team.
Did you know Kinetic Edge has more than just physical therapy? We also offer occupational therapy for children and sports medicine services for athletes. Whether you are a parent seeking a better life for your child or a student athlete wanting to make the most out of your season, the movement experts at Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy want to help you get back to a healthy, happy, and hope-filled life. Call us at 866-588-0230 or visit kineticedgept.com.
From corner bakeries to statewide operations, your drive has done more than build businesses. It's built communities. For 50 years, Bank Iowa has stood beside Iowa businesses with financing, tools, and trusted advice to help you grow. You've opened doors. You've sparked ideas. You've created opportunity. 50 years of shared stories. One shared future. With you at the center of it all. Bank Iowa. Let's make it happen.
BankIowa.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Community First Credit Union's best auto loan refinance offer is back. Enjoy an excellent rate plus no payments for 90 days. 2 great specials in one. Available for a limited time only. We make financing simple with fast, convenient online applications and easy pre-approval. Whether you're buying new, purchasing used, or refinancing your current auto loan, drive away with a vehicle loan from See First, where together is better. Stop by or apply online today at seefirstcu.com.
Subject to credit approval and program qualifications. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Van Hampton.
Hi, I just went downstairs and there's water everywhere. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but maybe we have a frozen pipe. I really need you to come fix it.
Okay, don't worry, ma'am. We'll send one of the big trucks.
Van Hampton Plumbing and Heating's fleet of big trucks rolling around the Marion County area don't just look cool. These big trucks are well stocked with extra parts and supplies to get the job done quicker and get that leak stopped quicker. It's another reason you'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Hampton.
Welcome back here on to the Scooters Coffee Radio postgame show. Scooters, Coffee, and Pella. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. The Pella Christian girls with a phenomenal effort in the second half here tonight to take down a scrappy Van Meter squad, 57-50. Eagles in the first half could not get anything going on the offensive end. Trailed 29-19 at the break. They come back in the second half, and they put up 38 points after the break and limit Van Meter to just 21, and they storm away. How about the fourth quarter effort, too? Outscoring Van Meter 16-4. And it's been a long time. We've seen some of those on the other side of things for Pella Christian where girls kind of get worn down there in the second half. Tonight, man, the girls' effort was strong across the board as they walk away with the win over Van Meter. We look at our McKay Group Radio key play and player of the game. I think we could all come up with something different for the key play tonight, right? I mean, there was how many key plays? Mike, I'm going to start with you. What is your key play tonight?
I got to go with the SWAT. I mean, that block, that came right after the big three in the corner, too. It's like she just came into the view and just swatted with her left hand. How tall is Jessa? 5 foot?
She's listed at 5'5".
5'5". Oh.
She's listed at 5'5".
Sorry, Jessa, that might have been disrespectful.
Hey,
So.
I mean, she'll be the first to tell you. I would imagine she'd be the first to tell you. She might joke about being the blocks. You're not necessarily the one that you expect to get the blocks. That was a really fun play tonight.
If there's one girl I can give a hard time, it's her, because she gives it back pretty fast.
She's one of those. She's one of those that she always has a smile on her face. Feels like in the gym.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, we went up. Were you with me calling the Norwalk game, or was that Aaron?
Oh boy.
At Norwalk.
Oh, I think that was Aaron. I think it was Aaron. Yeah.
She was sick that night, and she came up and was joking with me at halftime of the boys' game. I'm like, keep the distance, please. I don't want to be sick, but at the same time, I'm like, she's having a good time. So that's kind of the thing. Garrett, what's your key play of the game tonight?
I'm going to say that and one by Addie in the third quarter. That's where I'm going to go. I think that kind of sparked a little bit of a run. I think that's when we started to string together some stops. And just that momentum shift in the psychology part of getting that and one just kind of riles the team up a little bit, and I think it helped out tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I don't think it was a 100% just run, like by herself, but that stretch where Jessica got the runner, the three-pointer, she kind of had that little stretch where she had 5 points. I think Rachel might have had another bucket in there, kind of a 7-0 burst for the Eagles there that really, I think, gave them the lead for the first time.
Chloe Nickel had some big moments in that stretch also. It came from a lot of different directions.
Run, and it's like, it was a little bit of that balance, but you kind of started to see Jessica get going. You saw Chloe get going. Rachel got going. And it really kind of spearheaded that effort. And then our key player of the our McKay Group Radio key player of the game. I don't know about you guys where you're gonna go. I'm gonna go to Chloe Nickel. I mean, we just kind of mentioned her briefly. I mean, we talked about. I know Garrett kind of mentioned his keys to the game. Addie Van Arendt, when she scores right around 10, that's usually a good sign for Pella Christian. Jessica DeVries got to 9. Rachel Kekmarinsky got to 15. All kind of around their averages. Chloe Nickel had a big 7 points tonight. She had some big plays late in the game, taking care of the basketball, helping some of the ball pressure, helping Jessica with some of that ball pressure. Additionally, she had some big stops on the defensive end of the floor. Felt like she had a really strong night tonight. I don't know if that's where you guys would go. That would be my vote for key player of the game.
Yeah, I'm in support. I mean, these girls all worked hard tonight, and you can give it to anybody, and they're going to be happy coming out because that was a hard-fought game to come back and win that one.
Yeah.
I can't argue. I got 4 people on here I could have gone with.
Yeah, I'm also going to throw another name out there. Chloe's going to be our key player of the game. But I just want to mention Elena Hertigan. Got thrown in a big spot, not a spot she's been in at the high school level yet. Had some key plays tonight, whether that be offensive, defensive. Knocked down a big 3, our first 3 of the night tonight to kind of help get things going on the offensive end of the floor. Kudos
and at
to
that
Elena
point,
Hertigan.
we hadn't scored a lot from the perimeter either. So for Elena to come in and pop that 3 and watch it drop, I mean, that's sometimes it comes from different unexpected places, and I think tonight we saw some of that.
Yeah, it was a really phenomenal showing. That's our K Group Radio key player of the game. Auto, home, business, commercial, life, and health insurance covering you in Knoxville and Oskaloosa is McKay Group. Tonight's final stats presented by the Verdeft Agency. I'll let Garrett go first here.
Well, we're going to finish off with – do you want me to go Van Meter or Pella Christian?
Either one.
All right, well, we'll start with Pella Christian here. We've got Rachel Cack with 15. I've got her right around 10 or 11 rebounds, so puts her in the double-double category. That's unofficial, but we're going to give her a double-double. I think she probably earned that tonight with her hustle. Jessica DeVries hitting that first free throw. She then sparked herself to a 9-point night, added a rebound. Addie, she added 10. That's right around where we wanted her to be like we talked about. She had a nice amount of rebounds. I had around 7 or 8. Chloe, we talked about her 7 points that were big. She added 4 or 5 rebounds. Ava coming in and hitting a couple of mid-rangers. She added 6. Sophia hit that first 2 of the game. Those were her only 2. Ashlyn Vermeer, she hit that 3 in the third quarter.
That was unexpected, too.
Yeah, she got herself 5.
Yeah, another big 5 points there.
Yeah.
And then to round it out, we got Elena, like we talked about, with her 3 of the game.
Yeah, for Van Meter, Avery Banks with 16. Ella Rosic led all scorers with 24. Outside of that, not much to speak of. 3 for Ivy Vaught, 1 for Aniston Netton, 4 for Lydia Thummel, and 2 for Alex Hoganson. So really, Rosic and Banks doing a lot of the heavy lifting there for Van Meter in this one, but a great showing for Pella Christian. Again, that's tonight's final stats presented by the Verdeft Agency. Let Chad Lance and Larry customize an insurance plan for you and examine your stats. The Verdeft Agency providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. We'll go ahead and take another short intermission here on the Scooters Coffee Radio postgame show, where it's Scooters Coffee and Pella. They have amazing people, amazing drinks, and are amazingly fast. Still waiting to get our player of the game up here to talk to them here on postgame coverage. We'll be back on the Scooters Coffee Radio postgame show again. Pella Christian comes back and knocks off Van Meter 57-50 here on Monday night.
The new year often brings colder temperatures to Iowa, which means snow and ice. Even though we work hard to keep the lights on, sometimes Mother Nature has a plan in store. If your power goes out, please give us a call to let us know and then hang tight while we fix power lines. If there is a large storm, follow us on Facebook for power restoration updates. And remember to stay away from any down lines outside. Assume it's live and not safe. Looking out for you, we're Pella Cooperative Electric.
Hey, it's Tegan at O'Rourke Ford Lincoln. Our year-end event is on, and we've got real 0% APR financing on some of our most popular Ford and Lincoln models. Get 0% for 60 months on F-150, Explorer, and Escape, and 0% for 48 months on Lincoln models such as Nautilus, Aviator, and Corsair. These deals end soon. Stop in today or visit O'RourkeFord.com.
Not all buyers will qualify for Ford Credit APR financing. 60 months at $16.67 per month for 1,000 finance. 48 months at $20.83 per month for 1,000 finance. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by 1/5/26.
Mama and Dad are going to love this. Pingle's Home Store has appliances now. Refrigerators, washers, dryers, everything for our house. And Pingle's still has the best stuff for kitchens, bathrooms, living rooms, and bedrooms too. New appliances and the same great service. Awesome!
Now at Pingle's Home Store, top brand appliances, refrigerators, washers, dryers, and more. Pingle's Home Store is now your appliance headquarters too.
So I'm pregnant and I'm excited, but wow, there's so much to think about. Prenatal, delivery, breastfeeding.
That's exactly how I felt with my first and why I chose Pella Regional. Their family birthing center is amazing. Private suites, cozy recovery spaces, even a dedicated OR for C-sections if you need it. Plus, support before and after that makes you feel taken care of.
Wow, and that's all right here in South Central Iowa?
Yes, of course it's here. Pella Regional Health Center is truly unmatched. Explore for yourself at pellahealth.org/baby.
When you're cooking or doing meal prep in your kitchen, do you find that there are shadows or dark spots on the counter that make it hard to read recipes or even see exactly what you're doing? At Centerpoint Electric, we're here to help with any electrical problem you have, big or small. Let us install LED under cabinet lighting that will give you direct illumination where it's needed so you can cook with ease. Plus, it's more efficient and it looks cool too. Check us out online at centerpoint-electric.com. We're wired for excellence.
CPAs are known for doing things by the numbers, but the accountants at Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer & Nickel go beyond the numbers. They are committed to their clients to bring the best advice at competitive prices to ensure that you get the best service to meet your needs. They'll stand behind you in case you would ever need help, unlike most of the do-it-yourself tax services, with year-round advice for any life changes that may happen. And if you're unhappy with your current service, they are accepting new clients with a smooth and seamless transition.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer & Nickel.
Skills in steel deserve respect. At Vermeer, they're hiring welders, level 1, 2, and 3. From big, complex machines to compact pedestrian equipment, Vermeer Iron takes all kinds of skills. They train. You grow. Your pay grows too. This is where your welding career starts, and they help you build it. Join the second or third shift crew and be part of something tough. Visit VermeerJobs.com or text 641-900-6178. Hearthstone and Pella is looking for an assistant director of nursing to partner with their director of nursing and oversee the dedicated team at the cottages. If you have previous leadership experience and would like your voice heard, this position might be for you. Compensation includes a $5,000 sign-on bonus, full benefits including health, dental, and vision insurance, 401k, and generous PTO. To learn more or to apply for the Assistant Director of Nursing, visit wesleylife.org/Hearthstone and click Join Our Team.
All right, welcome back to postgame coverage here. The Scooters Coffee Radio postgame show. Pella Christian getting the win over Van Meter here, 57-50 tonight. We're currently tracking down one of our players of the game to do the postgame interview here. Got one of the coaches working on that back behind the scenes to get them out here. But, Mike, I think we kind of talked about it early on in the contest. A tough start for Pella Christian, but they got things rolling. There we go.
Yeah, just good overall game. I mean, there's plenty of doubts to be had at halftime. We just weren't playing quite the way we wanted to be playing, but they quickly felt like in the third quarter they played well with them, and then they got on a nice run. So I'm going to hand this off to Miss Nickel here. She's ready.
Yeah, she is. We're gonna get her. We're gonna get her over here. She's gonna join Garrett and myself for post-game coverage. Our McKay Group Radio key player of the game, Chloe Nickel, joins us with our continuing coverage of Iowa High School athletics. Let's start that over real quick. With our continuing coverage of Iowa High School athletics, we're joined by our McKay Group Radio key player of the game, Chloe Nickel, following Pella Christian girls basketball's 57-50 win over Van Meter to open up the second semester. Chloe, great night. How did it feel to just start off that second semester on the right note with a hard-fought win over a very scrappy, talented Bulldog squad?
It felt great. I mean, we knew that coming into it that we had to be scrappy and we had to fight because, it's been like 3 weeks since we played a basketball game, so had to be ready.
Well, and you look at this matchup, too. I mean, just looking at it, they had size, which is not something that this Eagles squad has really had to face a lot of this season, right? You guys have been able to work a lot in the paint, and tonight wasn't necessarily a night that was set up for success inside. Talk about how important it was for you guys as guards to kind of get things rolling and kind of help out the posts who are traditionally those top scorers.
Yeah, we ran a lot of high-low. That was really important. Try to get the ball down to the big feet in the post and just see if they can go up with it, and then otherwise, run around and switch on the wings and see what we can do to help.
I'm going to point it out, too. You got it in there, right?
I did.
You did. I
was ready.
It's one of those things. I haven't pointed it out throughout the year this year, but it's one of those things that when the listeners hear it, I want to make sure they know that is your guys' thing. Tell us, you're one of the few seniors here, so you got to tell us what led to that.
Oh, I honestly have no idea. I think it was Bruxford. He started saying big dogs eat, or Foudy. Bruxford and Foudy started saying big dogs eat last year when we were do post work, and we just thought for some reason that was funny, so we started saying it, and then we started saying it in the interviews, and then we even got Bruxford a shirt that said big dogs eat, and it was pink.
Yeah, and now you got to sneak in big feet somewhere in the interview there.
Big dogs eat big feet.
Yeah, and so, I mean, it's all sorts of fun when we talk about this, but, I mean, we're having some fun with it. The game tonight, as we mentioned, Van Meter, they were very talented. First quarter there that really kind of felt like took a little bit for you guys to get into rhythm. Felt like, having not played in some competition, some unforced errors in that one, maybe some late rotations defensively, kind of the first time you've been in that zone this season. Talk about those adjustments as you got into the second and third quarters there.
I mean, we had a good talk during halftime about what we knew we needed to fix, and Coach Mum said it well. He said the only people that are going to come back in this game are you guys, so you kind of just have to, you have to decide what you're going to do to fix it. And so we just took that and we changed our mentality and we just fought.
Well, and one thing I look at, too, again, we're talking to Chloe Nickel, our McKay Group Radio key player of the game, following Pella Christian 7-point win over Van Meter here on Monday night. Second half, that's been one of the struggle points for this team for like the last year and a half, where first half get out to a really strong start and the offense kind of fades down the stretch. Tonight you almost flipped that, where the offense took a little bit to get going, but second half you outscore Van Meter, by a 38-21 margin there after the break. I mean, just talk us through what kind of changed for you guys offensively that allowed you to kind of flip that switch and maybe not have some of that rust and tired legs that maybe we saw in the first half.
I think offensively, the bench played a huge role in keeping our energy up and allowing us to continue to push and run and keep up with Meter's constant subbing, since we don't do that nearly as much. And then as well as just valuing the ball more, we made sure during halftime that we talked about that, what we were going to fix. And then we just all went out there with the mentality that we were going to fight and scrap and rebound and get after those 50-50 balls.
Absolutely. And the other thing, too, that we haven't talked about a ton, without Bryn Runner tonight, who's on a winter room trip, obviously that's part of the fun experiences here at Pella Christian, right? But at the same time, it left a hole in the lineup there. Sophia Slaughter stepped in, made that first bucket of the game. You were able to make some big plays there. Elena Hertigan comes in and kind of her biggest varsity minutes to this point, knocks down a big three-pointer there. And really, I mean, you kind of talked about it, contributions from the whole group rather than maybe a select few with a couple of moments here and there as well. You talked a little bit about how big that is, but having some of those girls that step in and, have those bursts, what does that do for their confidence level and just what they bring to the table?
I'd say it's great to get the freshmen in or the younger girls in for even a couple minutes. It just really, lets them see what it's like to play at the varsity level and prepares them more. And then they become better and better. They practice with us in practice, but obviously, that's nothing like actually playing in a game. So these little minutes that they can get in is great because then we can start to integrate them more into the program and be prepared for when we graduate and they step up.
All right, before we talk about the turnaround here, we've got our fellow senior on the broadcast who's joining us for Winterim here. So I'm going to let Garrett step in here if he's got anything to ask Chloe about the game tonight or anything that's going on with the program.
One of the things I was wondering, like you kind of touched on it, like the comments of Mom making. What's kind of the mentality? What's kind of the self-talk that comes from you guys as a team member when like you go on a run and you finally take the lead? What kind of happens between you guys psychologically and verbally to kind of communicate that with each other?
I'd say on the court, when we hit a run, we know that we need to keep it going, and we know that we keep that going through just like constant energy, high fives, cheering each other on. And, like, not getting down because even on a run, we're going to throw a bad pass or we're going to miss a basket, but just continuing to cheer each other on because we know that we need to keep that energy high to continue on that run. So
it's a good question there, Garrett. Now, we talk about a quick turnaround, right? It's a busy stretch to open up the break here. 6 games in about 12, 14-day span here. You get Newton tomorrow night. By the time that some people may be hearing this back again, it'll be tonight that you're playing Newton. What's it going to take to make sure that you're ready to go for another hard-fought game against a scrappy Newton Cardinals squad?
Eat some protein, get some sleep, be ready to work.
Absolutely. I love it. Chloe, appreciate the time as always.
Thank you.
Congrats on a big win tonight.
Thank you.
And 6-3 sounds pretty good for this Eagles girls basketball squad.
Good. Yes, sounds great.
Absolutely. That was Chloe Nickel, the Pella Christian girls basketball team here on the Scooters Coffee Radio post-game show. And time to go in closing, presented by Light and State Bank. Grow strong with us. Garrett, another strong outing by this Eagles girls basketball team, 6-3. A great start to the year for this squad.
Yeah, obviously that's a very welcome sight coming out of the break. Could have gotten discouraged there early second quarter. Going into halftime, I think getting it down to that 10 mark as we went into halftime, I think that was big. That 3 by Elena, I think, kind of helped right the ship a little bit. And then obviously in the second half, sometimes when you got to come that far behind and it takes that long, your legs kind of get lost under you and you start to get a little fatigued. And I think it was just really good that once we took the lead, we didn't step on the brakes. We stepped on the gas, and I think kind of took it over. And then obviously what Chloe talked about, staying together, staying positive, I think those were kind of the big things to take it tonight, and now it's on to tomorrow.
Absolutely. That's In Closing, presented by Light and State Bank. Grow strong with us. Join us again tomorrow for Pella Christian versus Newton. Right back here on Eagle Lane, 92.1 KRLS, and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Pregame, 5:45. Girls game at 6 o'clock. That is the Scooters Coffee Radio postgame show. Scooters Coffee and Pella. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Sending it back to the studio. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Pella Christian Girls Basketball on KNIA, KRLS.com, and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel.